Ah, can't do it. I was trying to do the Megan the Stallion thing. Ah. I'm not gonna push my tongue out of my head. That's not gonna happen. Hey guys, welcome back to Themis and Thoth. Grab your coffee, water, tea, whatever you're drinking. Go and get that. Have yourself a happy, happy, happy holiday. I don't know why I'm talking like this. So, as we all know, Tory Lanez was found guilty in all three charges. Quickly before we get into this video, someone said, yes, sweater, period. You know, I'm kidding. um, so even Tasha K, right? Tasha K even came out and said, oh, he got convicted and we have to remember it was about negligently shooting a gun or something like that, she said. And I had to like super chat, she didn't see this, but I was like, yeah, no, you need to probably go check that again because he did not get off on any of the charges. Like all three of them stuck, including assault with a semi-automatic, I think. Well, assault, we're talking about intent. So it's really annoying to me. And the reason I didn't want to like create a dedicated stream to the case, one, everyone is covering it, but two, let's be real, right? The people who are saying let's wait until we get the results, we know they're lying because now they have the results based on what the jury believe happened, and they're still all over the place defending. So like these people are lying, and I don't think it's fair that we are sitting here trying to figure out if those people have any legitimate arguments. No, you didn't want to make an argument in the beginning because you kept saying, oh, we'll wait to see what happens in court. Now we saw what happened in court. That color looks good on you, Themis. Thank you. So, anywho, my voice sound weird. So I think a lot of people are calling that out. I am not sure why. I don't feel sick. Um, I don't feel sick, so I'm not sure what's happening. If you haven't liked the stream, please do so. This is going to be helpful. My days off are great, and so yeah, today we're going to talk about men online embarrassing me. I was going to say embarrassing us, but like these men are just embarrassing men who look like them. So me. That's what we're going to talk about today. Hey everyone, let me see. Welcome. I don't know how there's 400 people. Y'all don't have jobs. It's the holiday season. So I understand. Thank you all for being here. I so appreciate it. I'm going to attempt to drop the link. The link is for people who defend. Again, the link is only for people who are defending. I need the people who are defending because I said I wasn't going to engage with them, but let's engage because y'all like to play in people's face. So here is a face you get to play. Come play in my face because I don't understand what y'all are talking about. We just have a new member. Welcome. Members. Kimmy, welcome. All right, let me start the intro and get into this. All right. Someone else is live, and I didn't know they were live. Had I known they were live, I would have. Had I known they were live, I would have changed. I wouldn't have been live. I feel really terrible. because this is not my normal time to go live. I'm thinking if I should send you guys over there and then come back, but I do have a meeting soon. I'm off, but I do have a meeting, so I don't think I can do that. I'm so sorry. Ah, my God, I did not mean to. I did not mean to do that. Ah, sorry. Give me 2 seconds. I'm so sorry. Let me check something. I feel so terrible. Okay, he's doing well. Oh my God, this is so bad. Um, let's go over to his place. He dropped the link. Y'all are gonna be mad at me, but I'm gonna go to Prince Petty's live, and then I'm gonna go on. I don't know what to do. He dropped the StreamYard link, so I could go on and have a conversation. All right, it's fine. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to continue with my live stream. I feel really terrible. Like, this is not a good. Akiba, welcome. Thank you so much. We're just going to continue with this live stream. I feel terrible. I actually feel terrible. It's fine. I think he doesn't care. All right. So we're going to go over now to Hassan live stream where he had a discussion with DJ Academic and the Fashion Fit Boys, and they were talking about the Megan Thee Stallion case. And what we're going to uncover here is cognitive dissonance, right? Here's the thing. Here's why this is a problem. It's hard to divorce myself from the people who look like me. And I know I need to. I know I need to. But when I see them being embarrassing in the way that they're embarrassing, I feel embarrassed by it. And so watching them meander and having this man, I don't know Hassan's race. I don't know Hassan really. I just see clips of him all over the internet. And I know that he's a leftist. Apologize if I'm wrong, but I do know that about him, that he advocates on the left, and he bought a new home. That was a big thing because people were saying, how are you buying $1 million homes when you believe this or whatever? I didn't care. Like I don't really frequent that space, so I don't know. But he seems like a really thoughtful person, and my camera seems odd. I don't know what's happening. He seems like a very thoughtful person, and he definitely took the time. Someone said he's Turkish. Okay, sure. I don't know. And he took the time to be talking to DJ Academics, and then DJ Academics brought Myron, and then Myron brought the other one, and they were just on there doing nothing. And it was very, how do I put this? It was very embarrassing. It was very embarrassing. And I think what this highlights is a difference in standards. And I think one group don't have standards and the other does. So that's kind of where I'm going to go with it. That's how I'm interpreting it. All right, let's watch it together.
That people always bring up. Yo, okay, believe women, especially black women. And I agree with that. We believe women and black women.
It doesn't seem like you agree with that much. At least right now. Come on.
Oh, no, I do. Okay, but here's the thing. So if I'm believing Meg Thee Stallion, she first told me, I stepped on glass. Oh, you stepped on glass. She says,
sorry, this is annoying me. Let me turn this all the way up. Can you guys hear? All right, I'm going to restart it because I couldn't hear it very well.
that people always bring up. Yo, okay. Believe women, especially black women. And I agree with that. We believe women and black
I mean, it
women,
doesn't
right?
seem like you agree with that much. At least right now. Come on.
No, I do. Okay, but here's the thing. So if I'm believing Meg Thee Stallion, she first told me, I stepped on glass. I believe you. You stepped on glass. Then she says, no, I didn't.
One of your mods banned me from the chat.
No, did they?
Yeah.
I know you hate this guy, but yo, could we bring my man Myron in? He's been following this case with me the whole time, and he's been very in tune with all the.
Sure. If you want to bring him in, we can have that conversation with him as well.
Wait. How do I don't know how to add people, brother. Hold on. Let me see. Okay. I did a group thingy. How do I get? How does this work?
So if you need backup, I thought we were having a normal conversation.
No, because we're going over facts and also narrative.
Now you're bringing the Fed involved? God damn, dude.
Yo, Hassan, I ain't gonna lie. Yo,
is he not? Is he not a Fed? I thought he was, but
Hassan, you know you virtue signaling crazy. Yo, I'm with you on.
Oh, come on. That's an exit ramp for you. To say virtue signaling. It's just like, oh, you care about women so much. You're virtue signaling. Like, no, I'm just looking at the situation. Like, someone got shot. They said someone got shot. They said this person shot me. I'm like, okay, it seems like that could be.
All right. Initial reaction. This is disappointing. Absolutely disappointing. Even if you believe that as a black man, at least be able to articulate your points well enough to be up here doing that. What DJ Academic is doing right now is annoying. What I do like about this is Hassan is an actually attractive man, right? And being attractive means DJ Academics, you're pandering and you just want this. And I've seen this comment about him a lot, but the truth is he doesn't have to try to get women, right? So he doesn't have to quote unquote lie or pander to women to get women. So the idea that he is talking the way that he's talking to get women is ridiculous because, well, he doesn't have to do that. So I do like that bit. I hope Megan goes after DJ Academics with a lawsuit. Look, I hope the world goes after DJ Academics. But I also despise when people start off by saying, yeah, we should believe all black women, or we should believe black women, right? They create this kind of atmosphere where they get to reject it, while we already know that you don't believe all women. Like you don't believe black women. You're not believing her in this moment. And saying she said it was glass and now she wants us to believe that it's bullet. All right, pause. Were there bullet fragments in her feet? Did we find bullet fragment in her feet? Because y'all play too much on Beyonce's internet. Y'all are playing too much, talking about, oh, she got cut. Okay, maybe she believed she was cut with glass. Or maybe what it is was that she actually thought that if she had told he would have gotten sent to prison and she didn't want to send another black man to prison. Maybe that's what she believed, because that's what she said. Who knows? But let's ignore both of them for now and look at the evidence. Was she shot? There are bullet fragments, and you can say it's from ricocheting or blah, blah, blah. I don't care. You point the gun in my direction, you fire the gun, and the gun shot come close to me enough to have fragments in my foot. You shot me, period. There is no questions about that. You shot me. So that's that on that. The very first question I would ask, actually, this is for anyone who is on Tory Lanez's side. If you think Tory Lanez is innocent, look, if you come up here and I ask you, is Tory Lanez innocent, and you say, no, I'm just going to remove you. That's it. That's it. I just want people who believe Tory Lanez is innocent. Please remind people in the chat, I only want you up here if you believe Tory Lanez is innocent. That is it. That is all. Please, please, please do not come up if you don't believe Tory Lanez is innocent. All right. I have questions.
Be true.
This would be a crazy conversation, right? Hold on.
What's going on?
Cool.
Hello?
Anyway, okay. Yo, here's the point I'm trying to say. You hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
Okay. Here's the point I'm trying to say, brother. No, it would be different if I was sitting here like fucking punching in the air, like I'm not accepting the fucking verdict. I am. It's accepted. All I'm trying to say to
you keep saying I'm also virtue signaling, I'm in the wrong, all this other stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
you're throwing these things in the air to say, well, why didn't you know that he was guilty from the get-go? And I'm like,
no. I said, okay. I said when someone is shot, regardless of whether they're a man or a woman, okay, and they survive the shooting and they turn around and say, this person shot me, I'm not immediately gonna be like, I don't know. I feel like they're lying. Like, what the fuck? She got bullet fragments at her feet.
Hey, hold on. I didn't say she didn't get shot. I don't know by who.
Okay, I understand. But you're not hearing me. I'm saying she got shot and she said, this person shot me. Okay,
and then she said, I did not see him. My back was turned.
No, she also said she did see him.
She definitely said she saw him. She definitely, I don't know what they're talking about, but she definitely said she saw him.
She literally turned her neck around in her testimony enough to be able to see who was shooting at her.
Okay. All right.
She also said the dance bitch line too.
Nobody, even her best friend, never even heard that line.
Okay, but it doesn't matter because her best friend also, literally, the more important part of this conversation is her best friend also originally in the actual testimony, the 911 calls, in every single circumstance, said that it was Tory Lanez who shot Megan Thee Stallion. Tory Lanez also apologized to every single person involved.
Hey, God versus Satan. If you actually want to have a discussion, you can click that link. I'm not going to respond to people who are in the chat when you can literally click the link and come up and we can have a discussion. Because I think that the people who are on Tory Lanez's side, they're lying. I think every single person on Tory Lanez's side is lying. That's it. That's all. There is not one person on Tory Lanez's side that I believe is being honest. I don't believe it. So you can come up and you can prove me wrong. But yeah, let's do it.
Now, he's Canadian, so maybe that's the reason why he apologized. Canadians love apologizing. But ultimately, it does seem a little suspicious when everyone is saying that everyone involved originally in the immediate aftermath is saying this person shot this person, okay?
I mean, you're literally in the chat twerking right now, doing backflips, right? You're in. So, I mean, he is in person, so Merry Christmas.
All right, okay, so as it relates to that, let me ask you this question.
So why do you think Kelsey said Tory Lanez shot Megan Thee Stallion and then pled the fifth this time around a year later?
Okay, so why do you think that listen, she said that when she wasn't under oath. Why do you think when she was under oath, she said, I never saw Tory shoot anyone or saw Tory with the gun? You're using when she's not under oath. I'm using when she could actually be charged with perjury. So who got the upper hand here?
Wait, so you're saying she lied you're suspecting that she lied originally to the not the prosecutors, but the investigators.
Well, it was actually the prosecutors because they only did that interview that we're talking about that was done in September, directly to the problem.
So you can't do that though. That's still you still can't lie to the prosecutors in that regard.
Said, hey, you guys made me feel uncomfortable.
Okay. So there is a question here that I think we need to dissect. The question is, when should you believe the person, in this case, Kelsey? He's saying, I'm going to believe Kelsey under oath. The problem with saying you're going to believe Kelsey under oath is her statement under oath is, I don't remember, I don't recall. Remember, she had amnesia. Remember, she had amnesia, right? So it's not like you're weighing something that she said under oath against something that she said out of court, right? You're weighing what she said out of court against the idea that now she does not recall. That doesn't make sense. For you to say you believe Kelsey when she's under oath does nothing, because what she said under oath when it relates to the shooting, when it relates to whether or not Tory had the gun, whether or not Tory said he was going to shoot her, what she said is, I don't recall. That is not a statement you can juxtapose against her earlier statement that he did it. Like, you said he did it, now you're saying you don't remember if he did it. Those are not inconsistent statements, actually. However, when it comes to the validity of a statement said out of court, do you know that there is a rule against hearsay in court? There is a rule against hearsay. Now, there are exceptions to that rule. One of the exceptions to the hearsay rule, and by the way, let me just, none of this is legal advice. I'm not a criminal attorney, but I did take criminal law. And one of the rule and evidence, this would be an evidentiary issue, and not almost, everyone who takes the bar has to go through evidence, right? You don't have to take it in class, but you definitely have to prepare for it on the bar. So one of the rules against hearsay, one of the exceptions to the general rule that hearsay cannot be used in court is called present sense impression. It is a statement describing or explaining an event or condition made while or immediately after the declaration perceived it, the declarant perceived it. So the statement that I would find more plausible that the court would allow in would be a statement that Kelsey made immediately after Megan was shot. When she said, oh, Tory shot Meg, 911, Tory shot Meg. Y'all play too much. Y'all are playing too much in my face. So an out-of-court statement cannot be brought in for the truth of the matter asserted. This is general hearsay rule, right? Now, what happens is there is an exception. The exception to the hearsay rule is very simple. Well, there's a ton of exception, like excited utterance, recorded collection in the course of business, all kinds of exception to the hearsay rule, right? That's not important. The public record is one. But one of the ones we're talking about now, and I'm not saying it's true, I'm saying the court recognizes this as valid enough to create an exception for the rules against hearsay being introduced in court. And it's a statement that is describing or explaining an event made while immediately after or while it's happening, the declarant perceive it. So Kelsey's statement that Megan was shot by Tory in a text or to the police literally can be introduced. So I don't understand why you're saying, I'm going to believe her under oath. Okay, fine. Believe her under oath. What she said under oath is that she doesn't recall. Let's go to her statement closer to when the event was taking place, when she could recall. Now, do I believe her that she doesn't recall? No, I don't believe her that she doesn't recall. You don't forget someone shooting someone in front of you at your grown age. You don't forget someone with a gun at your grown age. You don't forget, unless you have like a mental issue or some of sorts, right? You don't forget someone saying they're going to shoot you, right? You saying you don't remember does not work in your benefit. All right, let's continue, because these people are annoying.
Like, that's still illegal.
She was hinting towards, hey, I was under duress.
Okay, but she also said Tory Lanez shot Megan Thee Stallion. So you're like, you're desperately grabbing on to her hinting at things while simultaneously completely writing off all the shit that she did say.
So you're telling me that you are going to take the the interview over the phone, right? Way more serious than her testimony under oath in person in court.
Also, she never said she doesn't know. I'm pretty sure she said that she's pleading the fifth and that she didn't want to answer.
No. She pled the fifth anytime it was a conversation about how did you guys, was there a fight before?
Can someone confirm if DJ Academic was in that court? Because if you're telling me she pled the fifth every time, blah, you must have been in the court. Because not even the court reporters told us every time she played the fifth. Which brings me to a problem I'm having with people who went to court. I know a lot of us love access to information, right? I think that is important, and I think trying to monitor in a lot of ways how we get information is also controlling the population. So I am glad that there are more people now who are able to have access to information, i.e., we don't only rely on the court reporter. The problem I'm having is it seems like the people going to the court are reporting based on their biases. And this is a problem for me. I'm not going to say this guy's name, but he was one who went to the court, and every time there was a break, he came on live and he recorded some kind of video, and he was trying to quote unquote update the public. I had a tremendous amount of problem with his reporting of the case. It was extraordinarily biased, right? Even in his articulation of what was said, we could clearly see where he was leaning. Was he white? I don't know if he was white. But it's this. Honestly, I'm not even going to say his name, but it's a white-looking guy. I don't remember his name, but it's a white-looking guy. It was hugely problematic for me to watch him go in the court, come out and report in the way that he reported. And it's not because he was against my side or for my side. It was just not professional. Court reporters are trained to do this. Now, I'm not saying they're the only ones who should be able to do this. Obviously, you have your civic duty. I love that more people are getting engaged. And I think as time progresses and more cases are public and people are more invested in the criminal justice system, we will analyze more deeply what is happening. That is a good thing. But for now, it is important that we get multiple sources, including the ones who were trained to do this. Because the ones who are not trained, if you listen to them, you're going to be very upset when cases come out not in the way that you want them to come out, because this is ridiculous now. It's ridiculous. It's all like even DJ academics who didn't even go to court talking about every time whatever comes up, Kelsey plead the fifth. I can't say that's true because I wasn't there, and none of the court reporters that were reporting on it said this, right? Now, obviously, she pleaded the fifth a lot, and she had to be reminded multiple times that she had immunity. Now, we will figure out what kind of immunity she has, but she had immunity, and she had to be reminded that she had immunity. I am frustrated a little bit with the fact, well, a lot, that this man, DJ Academic, does not have enough depth to even engage meaningfully in the way that he's attempting to engage. Everything is fun and games until the leprechaun. Sorry. Y'all dead wrong. I have to take a moment. Y'all are dead wrong for this. Stars above the Emerald Forest, you're on timeout. You're on timeout. You cannot comment for 2 more minutes. For 2 minutes, you can't time out. You just threw me. Q, stop. Y'all are not okay. Thank you, Stars. Nia says, Demas, I'm here for this today while working on 3 EOs. Who? Leprechaun Canadian stop. Y'all need to stop. EUOs. I don't know what that is, actually. I apologize. All right, let's continue. Who was that? Stars Above the Emerald Forest. I'm going to look for your comments now, and I'm going to time you out myself. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
Before the shots were fired. And she said what I believe the driver is going to say. Hey, I never saw Tory with a gun. This is what she said. Definitely, 100%. I never saw Tory with a gun, and I never seen him fire the shot.
Wait.
And then at first she said, I was unsure that he was shot, but later I realized she was shot.
Okay, this is precisely the reason why I asked you what your speculation is, because like I need to understand like what you thought happened, because I gave you what I think happened, right? Like there was a scuffle, there was an altercation, right? And then like Tory Lanez popped off, has a short fuse, didn't actually intend to fucking shoot Megan Thee Stallion, accidentally did, you know, little guy, big gun for him at least, you know, hard to fucking control, and he's drunk. So then what is your take? Like, do you think there's a third shooter? Are we talking like JFK Grassy Knoll situation? Like, what the fuck happened then? Was it Kelsey who shot Megan Thee Stallion then? Is that what you think?
Oh, hey, this is why I went into the whole thing by saying, are we here to find out? I said, we won't find out who actually did it, right? We're only going to find out.
Okay, but come on. You are making a lot of inferences. Like, don't escape that.
I'll tell you my narrative. My narrative is this. Okay. They're at this party with Kylie. At the party, I believe that, you know, Meg, who was messing around with Tory behind her best friend's back, because the first person, and by the way.
Now, look at this. Your goal to, all right, let me calm down. There's no reason for me to get heightened. He's already in person. Your go-to is to slut shame. That's your go-to. What do you think happened that night? Who do you think shot Megan? Essentially is the question. Now you can say, "Oh, I think Kelsey shot Megan because she was sleeping with Tory behind Kelsey's back." You can say that, but at least come to the conclusion where you're answering the question directly. No, what you're doing is attempting to build up on her character and not answer the question directly. Do you believe she's lying? Do you believe she didn't get shot? Do you believe? By the way, this is what these men want you to believe. By the way, let's hear it. They want you to believe that Kelsey shot Megan, and both Kelsey and Megan are lying that Tory was the one who did it. And then Kelsey stopped lying and said she don't remember, and only Megan is carrying on the lie that Tory shot her, even though they know it's Kelsey who shot Megan. Megan is lying that it's Tory, and Kelsey is now pretending. That don't make no sense. Megan and Kelsey were fighting. You believe Kelsey shot Megan, and then Megan decided to lie and say it's Tory. And Tory, instead of telling the truth, decided, I'm not gonna snitch, and went online and said, hey, Kelsey didn't shot Megan. Like this is, by the way, after Kelsey sent out a text to the police saying that Tory shot Megan, someone online said that it was Kelsey who shot Megan, and Tory went under the comment and said, no, Kelsey didn't, right? So you're telling me that Tory is just such a good guy that he is going to take the fall for Kelsey because Kelsey is the one who shot Megan. Kelsey then lied on him via text saying he's the one who shot Megan. And then after that, someone said Kelsey did it online, and Tory went out there to say, no, Kelsey didn't, even though he's going on trial. Y'all playing too much. Y'all out here playing too much. Y'all are playing too much. So examination under oath. I don't know what you mean. Oh, EU. Oh, that's what you meant. Sorry, examination under. Oh, that's what you mean. Oh, gotcha. No worries. Not Mango King. See, this is. I wish Prince Petty wasn't live, because this is when I need Prince Petty with a with his whiteboard, because I can't do it, but I do want to do it. Like, let's go through the facts again. Let's take what DJ academics and them are saying. Let's do it. Megan Thee Stallion and Kelsey got in a fight because they were jealous. Now, they're going to add the slut shaming bit, right? So let's assume I added the slut shaming bit. We're slut shaming, blah, blah, blah. Slut shame, right? But ultimately, Megan and Kelsey got into a fight, right? Kelsey took a gun and shoots in Megan's direction and shots Megan, right? Kelsey then takes the phone, messages the police, say, oh my God, it sends out a message, say, Tory shot Megan, right, to cover herself, right? It's out, and there is a trial. There's going to be a trial, and Tory is charged. There are people online coming up with theories. One of the theories was that Kelsey was the one who shot Megan. Tory, under the account that posted that Kelsey was the one who shot Megan, say no, she wasn't, right? So Tory is such a good guy that Kelsey and Megan are fighting because he told them that Megan was sleeping with him behind her back and all that foolishness. They're fighting. Kelsey shoots Meg, lied and say it's Tory who shot Meg, and Tory is being charged for shooting Meg, and someone online said Kelsey shot Meg, but Tory went under that post to say Kelsey did not shoot Meg. That's what y'all want us to believe? Wait, is that what y'all believe? Like, that don't... Pause. Y'all play too much. And then Tory apologizes, right, to both Meg and Kelsey. We don't know. An apology, admittedly, cannot be used as an admission of guilt, particularly when there was no specificity in the apology. But how are you going to watch Kelsey shoot Meg and then you apologize to Kelsey? Oh, sorry, honey, I'm sorry that I made you mad, and you shoot your friend. Like what? Y'all play too much. I do not believe anyone out here who said they don't believe that Tory did it. If you claim you don't believe Tory did it, you're a liar. You're lying. You are lying. You might not know it, but you're lying. No, you know it. You know it. There is not enough cognitive dissonance in the world. There's not enough cognitive dissonance in the world. So what you should do is stop going on Beyonce's internet to make a fool out of yourself. Except if you want to come on here. You can come make a fool of yourself on here.
It does matter. I'm not trying to slut shame her, but it does matter who was having sex with who. Tory was having sex earlier in the year with Kelsey. She catches COVID. She goes back home. He starts messing around with Meg. Kelsey comes back into the picture, and one of the most and first public.
He would have just said she did it. He's not covering for her. Yeah. Or if you are like, no snitching, that's the part of the culture, no snitching. If that's what you believe, you would not take the extra step to say Kelsey didn't do it. Wait, was Casper there? Maybe Casper was there. Maybe Casper was there. Now people are talking about, oh, but Tory's DNA wasn't found on the gun. Okay, fine. His DNA wasn't found on the gun. Are DNA typically on guns when you fire them? Because there was a female DNA on there, right? People are saying it wasn't conclusive. Why are you looking at the DNA, which I think is a good thing? Were there fingerprints on this gun? How about that? Oh, wait, there's no fingerprint on the gun. They could not find fingerprint on the gun. I wonder why. I wonder if someone wiped the gun clean of fingerprints, because there should be a fingerprint on there. Y'all play too much. People keep coming up here talking about his DNA wasn't on it. Like, okay, I've seen many cases where fingerprint is on a gun, but no DNA is on the gun. Y'all play too much, and y'all just y'all just gonna have people up here be confused. No. You stay confused in your mess. Don't bring that confusion. Well, yeah, today you can bring it here. I would love for you to come up here, because Casper must be in there firing guns. Like, Casper the friendly ghost must be, well, I guess he's not that friendly if he's firing guns. Y'all play too much. There's no fingerprint either, so the gun didn't get fired. She's lying. There's no, the evidence indicating that there were bullet fragments in her foot is not true. She took the bullet out of the gun without it being fired, wiped it down, broke the bullet up, and put the fragments in her feet herself. Because at this point, you telling me that that Tory's DNA was not on the gun, I'm looking at you like you've lost your mind. And that's what. Y'all play too much. I'm not playing these games with y'all.
Events they're at together, they're at Kylie's house. Okay? They were drinking before Tory gets there. Tory gets there, he's trying to game up Kylie. Meg feels a little bit type of way because, number one, that's disrespectful. I invited you somewhere, and now
we are. By the way, we're still not at the events that took place. Okay, but you're building backstory. Fine. You're saying it's not like victim blaming or slut shaming. It's just it's important.
You have to build it, because if you think that somebody, if I diss you as a streamer, would you shoot me, brother? If I say you're the worst streamer on the platform.
What's the motive for Tory shooting Meg? I didn't hear a good one yet. Ryan, please come up here. Please come up here and we can talk, about motives, right? If you come up here, let me start this so that if you come up here, I can know. I'm not responding to this. I'm not responding to detractors in the chat today. All I'm doing is pointing it out. I would love for you to come up here and express this to me and why we need motive. And we can talk a little bit about criminal motives, why it's important, and all of that. If you come up, hit the link and come up. That's all. Hit the link, come up, and we can talk about criminal motives.
Would you shoot me?
No, of course not, but I'm not Tory Lanez, you know what I mean?
Oh my, so Tory is just like this degenerate guy who's not.
I mean, like, I think.
Why are you asking if Tory is a degenerate guy? He's shooting women, he's beating up men, like he's like just all over the place, toxic. Like, the answer to this is yes, he is.
I think that I think that he is not necessarily degenerate, but he definitely does have a, like I said, short fuse. Very insecure, short fuse, drunk, has a gun around. That's what happens. This happens all the fucking time to less famous people. And
okay, hold on. Short fuse and shooting a woman is like, come on, bro. Are we gonna act like there's no levels of separation, dog?
I mean, I know, but like then we come to the other side.
Okay, so Hassan is not a debater. I don't care what you say. And maybe he's just having fun, because I don't know. the way you haven't finished your theory, DJ Academics, you're not about to send me on a wild goose chase on irrelevant things about short fuse, no fuse, what fuse. I don't care about a fuse. Go forth and tell me what your theory is of what happens, because I need y'all to keep saying Kelsey did it. I want you, because someone did it, and y'all believe someone did it. You admit that she was shot. So now that she is shot, we need to figure out who did it. So I don't really care about a short fuse. You could have no fuse, short fuse on. I don't care. I don't care. That's not my problem. Also, I don't think he intended to shoot her, but intimidate her, and he actually shot her. I agree with you. It doesn't matter, but I agree with you. And I wish people would be honest and say, oh, I don't think he meant to shoot her. In my mind, my idea of what happens is they were fighting. They weren't listening to him. He got pissed and he started firing. And for me, as soon as you start firing in my direction, you were trying to shoot me. It is that simple. Like, I don't really care about why you fired. If you fired a gun to break up a fight, absolutely not. How dumb does one have to be to fire a gun in the direction of people fighting to quote unquote break up a fight? So for me, it doesn't make a difference, but I do agree with you. I agree. Like, I don't know what happened, but if I had to guess, this is why I was mad at the prosecutor. I was mad at the prosecutor because the gross negligence charge should have been one of the first charges. The prosecutor, I keep saying the prosecutors waited until the day before trial started to add the gross negligence charge, and I could not understand how that was not the first thing that was there. Yeah, he needed to be dragged. No, I mean, look, that's what I believe. You can believe what you believe. I'm not going back and forth because I don't know what happened. For me, you shot her. It is what it is. Like, even like people are like, oh my God, but they shot fired 5 times. Look, he shot 5 times. Yeah, no, he did. Look, you guys can have your opinion on why, how. I know my standard for intent, and the standard for intent is met. Tory Lanez met the standard for intent, but if I'm being 100% honest with what I believe that this is a short man with a gun. That's what I believe. I believe he was like very upset and he fired it in her direction, and that for me is enough for assault. That for me is enough intent. Like, I'm not gonna separate, oh, he didn't mean to shoot her by firing in her direction. No, I'm not gonna make that. I am not making that distinction. I think his lawyer can. He can come back and say, look, I wasn't meaning to shoot her. It was a stupid thing that I did to shoot in her direction or even fire the gun at all, because why am I firing gun where there are people around? Like, I should not have done that. Like, period. You can come back and do that and said you didn't mean to shoot her. That's fine. Y'all can have that. For me, it doesn't matter. You meant to assault me. Like, if you're trying to break up a fight and you fire a gun, you shot me. You were firing at me. Like, no, you did it. Like, so that's how I view it. But I can understand people wanting to have sympathy because of delineating intent. Now, if that's what people are talking about, then that is a good conversation. There are 2 other charges, right? There's the gross negligence charge, which you don't get off, and the possession of a loaded, unregistered firearm. So I'm not sure why people are pretending like these 2 charges that don't exist. Oh yeah, no, I'm fine with him going to prison.
Out of the altercation where you are easily believing without any evidence whatsoever, not a single person has said that this is the case. Okay, you believe that Kelsey has a short enough fuse to fucking shoot Megan Thee Stallion, but Tory Lanez doesn't. So that's why I'm like a little confused about.
I have sympathy for Tory, ha ha ha, but I still don't think he meant to shoot her. He still needs to go to jail. I don't have sympathy for him. I don't have sympathy for people who just sit there and lie and muddy the water and pull God, my Jesus, into your foolishness. I don't have that. No. Own your stuff. Own it. And then do a plea. Oh, you said no sympathy. Got it.
Where you are trying to go with this conversation, unless there was a third shooter with a sniper rifle. Okay, it's either Kelsey who shot Megan or Tory who shot Megan.
Let me get there then. You see, in your story, hey, you suck at music. Boom, 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 boom. I say complete cap. I'm getting to it. I'm gonna speed up the story. So there's a bunch of jealousy going on.
Yes. Do I believe that's what happened? No. I think they were fighting. He is upset they were drinking, and then he fired the gun. But don't pretend like Tory isn't the same man where August Alsina passed him, doesn't say anything to him, and he gets mad and beat him up because August Alsina didn't say hello back. Yeah, like, y'all are pretending. This is character evidence. It is what it is. If you open the door to character evidence, then I'm going to push the door open. Like, don't crack the door and then not blow the door all the way open. So you open the door to his character. Let's do it. Do I believe Tory Lanez have a short enough fuse to shoot someone because they say his music sucks? I don't think that is what happened, but I do believe he does. Past evidence indicate that he does. If someone not saying anything to you and you saying hello and them not acknowledging it is enough for you to beat them up, then someone telling you your music sucks is enough for you. You don't want to do it. If you want to go character evidence, let's do it. This is irrelevant. This is useless. But if you're talking about my personal belief, yeah, that's what I personally believe. With the criminal gross negligence conviction, Meg should now sue Tory for damages in civil for the physical injury and the online. Oh yeah, it would be done. I think Meg might not because of how our community is going to view her, but I promise you, I would be dragging everyone in every court. I would be dragging everyone in every court. Absolutely. We are going to court now, and I'm going to sue you for all the lost deals. I'm going to sue you for emotional distress. Like, it wouldn't be done. We're dragging you in and out of court. We're just going. Absolutely, we are. Play too much.
The women are arguing, but they're also arguing with Tory, which also is in line with what pretty much Meg even said on that Gayle King interview. All three of them are arguing. Kylie kicks them out. You have all three women argue, or you have two women and Tory arguing, okay? And then I got to use Sean Kelly's testimony. The car pulls over, and Meg hops out and starts to assault Kelsey. Sean Kelly said it. She was kicking her for several.
Sean Kelly, who was sleeping at this point, right?
Okay. Listen, we're just gonna throw out his testimony because he doesn't agree?
I mean, no, but I would be a little, questioning it a little bit, right? Like a little bit of skepticism is necessary here because, like, why the fuck was he up watching the street randomly in the middle of the fucking night versus he woke up the gunshots? That's such a massive inconsistency, and common sense probably favors one side that he did wake up the gunshots, which was his original testimony to.
You're like pigeonholing on him.
Yo, I did not know DJ Academics was this flexible. Because the amount of bending and flexing one has to do to get to his conclusion, I did not know he could do this. You have to reach the DJ Academics conclusion requires all kinds of bending and twisting, all kinds of stretching and reaching. It's so weird that this is how he got there. Like, I am just so confused. Like, y'all look, if you are online trying to defend Tory Lanez, please know you look idiotic. I'm not saying you are, but you look idiotic. And it's messing with me. Because every single time I'm talking to someone not of my own race who knows about this, they keep pointing, oh, have you seen it? Yes, I've seen it. Leave me alone. Isn't it weird that, yes, it's weird. Don't talk to me about it. I'm not about to sit here and talk to y'all about what these men are talking about online. I'm not doing it. I'll do it on here, but I'm not, like, I just don't understand how people don't have this kind of pride. Like, it's weird to sit there and look at a friend of mine, not gonna say who, pulling this up and saying, look at this. Can you believe this? I know what you're doing. Stop doing it. Sorry, to my friend. Stop doing it. Because it's really annoying having to explain that, yeah, there are some men online who are black who are degenerate and they will defend degenerate things. Is that why the community? No, don't ask me about my community. Stay over there and I'll stay over here. But it's really annoying because when you make this so public and you are out here defending foolishness, you are sitting online and this guy, I don't know, again, Hassan, is explaining to you what not even the court standard, right? Just on a human level, what we understand. It doesn't make sense for you to be backflipping and sidestepping in the way that you're doing. It looks really silly. It looks like we are trying to protect degenerate behaviors. I don't know why I say it looks like, as if that's not what we're trying to do. Next case, let's continue.
There was an altercation. Even if you didn't believe that he saw it, okay. So are you gonna then say that the hair missing, the pendant, the ring or the nail broken from Kelsey was not due to any type of assault?
No, I do think Kelsey got assaulted. I think Tory Lanez and Kelsey had a scuffle afterwards. That was the other piece of the evidence.
She said it didn't happen. She said he never put hands on me.
You're saying Kelsey said Tory Lanez never put hands on Kelsey. Is that what you said?
Yes. And by the way, if she had said that, any respectable district attorney, if you were told by a woman that Tory, before going into a complete like school shooter rage, beat the brakes off you, they would have charged him for an additional count of assault. He's not charged for that.
Wait, hold on. Well, I mean, the case.
Look, I'm not sure why this didn't happen. And until I learn something else, I'm going to always have a problem with the prosecution. I would have had Kelsey and Tory as co-defendants. I would. There would be no immunity. Both of y'all would be co-defendants. Yeah, both of y'all would be co-defendant. And then one of y'all going to prison. Now, both of y'all, I don't know, but both of y'all would be co-defendants. It would. And with both of your lives on the line, one of y'all will tell the truth. Because what we're not about to do is ignore this. And we know who did it. Like, we're playing all these games not knowing who did it, pinning them against each other. Yeah, both of y'all would be there. As the prosecutor, my job is to find the truth and make sure justice prevails. We now see what dust bunnies are willing to rally together for. If it's against Black women, the last time I saw this outcry was when Kevin Samuels passed. We now see what dust bunnies are willing to rally together for. If it's against Black women, the last time I saw this outcry was when, I'm not sure if you're saying, I'm not sure. I'm not going to agree or disagree with that statement, but also I don't use dust bunnies, but I do call people dusty and their logic dusty, rather, not them. Thank you, though. Diva Noir.
The case was about Tory Lanez using a gun on Megan Thee Stallion. I get what you're saying. Where do you think that came from? Where do you think that suggestion came from then?
What do you mean?
Like, where did?
Oh no, they were following the lead in the stronger case. The thing is, I don't think when there was another individual with gunpowder on their hands, I would not take their word for it. Like, I would not take their word as fact. I believe her in the original statement that Tory shot Meg, but and also that Tory said he was going to shoot her, right? But I would not give immunity. I would not. You would still, and I would not just have you as a witness, because then you could choose not to participate meaningfully. Nah, you're going to be a co-defendant. Look, the driver would be everyone who could have possibly pulled that trigger would be a co-defendant. Absolutely. I'm not taking no chances. Casper the Friendly Ghost would be a co-defendant.
Where did the Tory Lanez and Kelsey fighting, like, what do you think happened there?
Meg the Stallion says she's seen a bump. And then in the opening statements, which supposedly I guess Kelsey was supposed to attest to, when Tory let off the shots and was approaching Meg, Kelsey intercepted, and then supposedly Tory, he beat down Kelsey on his way to Meg, which Kelsey said that never happened.
So why do you think Tory Lanez? So why did Tory Lanez apologize to Kelsey then?
I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
You want me to tell you why?
Yeah, I would love to. I would love to hear your perspective on that.
This is only a theory. Clearly.
No, I mean, look, I want to hear your theories.
We're talking there. Okay, I would believe, if you've been fucking both of the girls, and then you started to try to fuck another girl, or you were trying to kick game to another girl in front of both of them, they're starting to fight because of it. The fight is escalating, and apparently you throw it in both of their faces that you're having sex with them. Yes, they throw you under the bus and say, hey, you're a shit musician, blah, blah, blah. But if you didn't make it a scene among these two friends that now they're fighting themselves and even trying to fight you, that seems like...
He seems like a good guy. He seems like a really good guy. He just...
So DJ Academics want us to believe that Tory felt bad because what he disclosed in the car caused Kelsey to shoot Meg. And so he, even though someone was shot, he apologized to both the shooter and the person, I was going to say the shootee, and the person who got shot. He apologized to both of them, and DJ Academics want us to believe that he apologized because he did not like the fact that his statement was what caused one to shoot the other. That's y'all can't make this up. Like, so Kelsey shoots Meg and then sets you up. Because let's be clear. What they're saying ultimately means that Kelsey tried to set up Tory. That's ultimately I don't know anything about a street code, so y'all might have to help me on this. Does the street code mean that I would assume that if someone is lying about you or telling lies about you when you know the truth about what they do, does the street code require you to hold the information? Because that don't make sense to me. If you are committing a crime with someone, or if you are not committed a crime and someone commits a crime, and they lied and say you are the one who committed the crime, the person who committed the crime lied and say you are the person who commits the crime, does the street code prevent you from telling the truth? So you can just lie. You can just lie on people, and then the street code would allow you to. Period. See, this is why I don't adhere to these street codes, because girl, no, absolutely not. These MFers need to put this same energy into their education instead of defending. Right? Now, imagine if these people were going into law school, because at this point, he's a defense attorney. At this point, DJ Academics is the defense attorney. Wait, I need someone who understands the street code. Someone who I don't just want you to understand the street code. So I'm looking now for someone who agrees with Tory Lanez and someone who adheres to the street code. If you adhere to the street code, please click that link. I need to know, because it's one thing to say you are being prosecuted for something and you cannot tell on someone else, because that's ratting someone out, right? Even though you're going to prison, like you're not going to rat someone out. But it's different when you're going to prison because the person who you know committed the crime, the person you know for sure committed the crime, said you did it. They're using the person who committed the crime against you. Look, I don't know. I don't know. Win or lose regarding the street code thing, it doesn't matter. But I would like for someone, because the street code idea isn't determinative, but I do want someone who lives by the street code to click that link. I see y'all talking about it in the chat. I'm not about to put it on the screen. If you want to explain it to me, please hit the link. I'm not going to push back. I'm not going to argue. If you live by the street code, I don't. So I just want to know what the street code is. And if you're willing to come up and talk to me, I would much appreciate it. My apologies for cursing. Thank you, Tristan. These MFers need to put this energy into their education instead of defending Tory. We would be better off. My apologies for cursing. No, you're right. Like, I completely agree. Like, I don't think we are dumb. I don't think these people are idiotic. The way you have to really think through and put these pieces together, I mean, it's still a mess, but that you can think that far means that you have some intellect. You probably should refocus. Let's continue watching. Oh, let me read this first. Diva says, I meant that Black men don't get involved with coming together in protests as a community to fight injustice. They rallied behind Kevin Samuels, who attacked Black women, and are rallying behind Tory Lanez, who shot. Yeah. Oh, gotcha. So my understanding was correct. We see what they come together for. Like, the people online coming to, again, I said this before, I am very glad that the morality that exists within the conversations online is not what defines political outcome, but outcomes in terms of the court. Because if the judiciary system was predicated on the morality around being promiscuous and therefore not needing protection, that poor woman would be messed up. Like, absolutely not. I appreciate that. Let's continue. Thank you, Diva Noor. I'm glad you explained. I was actually looking for your comment, so you didn't feel like you need to send a super chat. I was looking for your comment to see your clarification. I apologize that you had to do that. Send the super chat, that is.
Had both of these women's best interests at heart. That's why I apologize.
Character. I'm just saying, as a man,
I mean, it's crazy because like one person shot Megan Thee Stallion, right? Like, so he's apologizing to the person who shot Megan Thee Stallion, because that's fucking wild. If he's both apologizing to Megan Thee Stallion and also apologizing to the woman who shot Megan Thee Stallion, being like, I'm so sorry that things got out of hand and you shot Megan Thee Stallion.
I'm sorry.
If that's believable to you, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, because it does seem like him apologizing to all parties involved, including the fucking bodyguard that wasn't there, kind of makes it seem like he might have been responsible. Because if
saying that I'm apologizing for what may have escalated the situation for this to happen, it doesn't necessarily mean to me that he's apologizing for shooting. Unless you're just drastically different.
Because the original testimony from Kelsey, ex-friend Kelsey Harris, absolutely said Tory Lanez fired a gun at Megan. That's what she told the police back in September. And on top of that, she said she was hesitant to give details now, right? Even though the interview was played in its entirety. There was also, I believe, hold on. Kelsey says she started hearing gunshots. After the second or third shot, she turned around and says she saw Tory on the front seat firing the gun forward over the open right front door in Megan's direction. Kelsey was outside the vehicle, but behind Tory, and could only see Meg from the chest up. She ran towards Megan in defense mode and saw her bleeding. This is her testimony. And Tory was still sitting in the front seat, apparently in shock. She claims Tory walked toward them, and that's when Kelsey and Tory started fighting. This is Kelsey's testimony. She describes it as Tory assaulting her and adds that she did not see the gun at that point. Once they all got back in the SUV, Kelsey says she texted Megan's security, 911, Tory shot Meg.
That's an interview. That's not a testimony. That's an interview.
It is a testimony, but I understand what he's saying. This is very annoying to me. This is all kinds of annoying to me, but she texted 911 saying that Tory shot Meg, and y'all just going to dismiss that. Yeah. All right. So even if there is a street culture that prevents you from defending yourself when the person who did the crime is like lying on you, right? So street culture says that even if that person is not adhering to it and lying about it and trying to put you in prison, you cannot tell them that it's not you, it's the person lying about you. All right, fine. Why then, after this woman, Kelsey, throws you under the bus and drives over you, are you now, Tory, online defending Kelsey against people who are saying she did it? Like, at this point, you are not saying she did it, so you are not violating your street culture, whatever it is. You're not doing that. People are just making it up, and instead of like ignoring it, you felt the need to say she didn't do it. Yeah, Tory shot Meg. Y'all play too much. Y'all play too much. There's no way around it. Yeah, he's going to prison. The sentencing is today, right? Someone needs to Google and let's find out if the sentencing already happened. I'm pretty sure the sentencing is today.
Yeah, but like that is literally that is.
Wait, is it today? Is it January 27th or December 27th? I don't remember. Now I have to look this up. Can someone check when the sentencing is? It's January 27th. All right, it's not today. Good. Can't get two presents before the New Year's.
Profoundly important. That's her account that literally played a significant role in launching a criminal investigation.
But hold on. Again, are we arguing what we think happened, or we're arguing what should be proven in court? If someone says, I lied, like, okay, you can play the statement all you want, but I lied. I'm telling you the truth now. Is that person credible? Yes or no?
Wait, I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
Okay, you're going off what Kelsey said in September, but she literally showed up and said, I lied. I lied. She's saying, I lied then, and I'm under oath now, and I lied. So I told you, I'm telling you I lied then. What's up? Are you going to say, okay, we're going to just ignore the fact you're telling us you're lying?
I don't think she never said she lied, by the way. I mean,
she did lie. She said she lied on her testimony.
She lied.
Where did she say she lied on her testimony? She just said she can't remember, which is inconsistent for sure, because it was very clear when she.
Okay, so here's the problem. There was a report, multiple reports that said Kelsey said she lied. Now, when I went, I'm not saying she didn't, by the way. When I went to the actual court reporters' information tweets, there was no such thing. So I am kind of confused now as to whether or not she said she lied on the stance. For me, this doesn't matter, but I am confused because of how many reporters are attempting to muddy the water. But this is an irrelevant point. Kelsey got married to one of the people, the heads of the record label and management company that is fighting Megan Thee Stallion, and suddenly her story changes. Look, I just don't like that she would. I wish 1501. I don't know. I don't really care about this specific part of the case. Like this part, what they're arguing right now is literally irrelevant to me.
She was offering evidence to launch this criminal investigation, but I don't think she ever said I lied. She just said I can't recall.
Yo, Ack, Myron's here. We just joined in. Are you guys talking about Meg Thee Stallion right now? Or are you guys talking about Kelsey in particular? We literally just joined.
We're talking about Kelsey's statement. He's using the one from September. I'm using the fact that she got on the stand and said, "Fuck that. I did not tell the truth."
Wait, she never. Wait, no. You can't embellish in this circumstance because this is pretty important. She never got on the stand and said, "I fucking lied." That's crazy.
Yes, she did. She got on. These are the facts. These are the facts. This is what happened.
No. Before you say these are the facts, I want you to actually show me the facts, and not Milagro Grams, who has been proven time and time again that she was, Mo
Gagnat, who was there in person, who watched it, who is a lawyer himself. He literally said she took the stand. First thing she did was take the Fifth Amendment. You cannot take the Fifth Amendment unless you might be criminally culpable for a crime. Then
that is not true. That is the dumbest. Myron apparently claims that he was an FBI agent of sorts and that he does a lot of these cases and he was he was a witness a lot of the time. And it's annoying to me that you would make such a broad statement. The Fifth Amendment, by the way, would be completely useless if, in fact, you had to be guilty to use it. I'm going to go back to make sure that's what he said, because I've heard this before, and it's ridiculous. I'll explain it to you. Let's hear, just to make sure that's what he said. Let's go back some and hear what he said.
Mo Gagnat, who was there in person, who watched it, who is a lawyer himself. He literally said she took the stand. First thing she did was take the Fifth Amendment. You cannot take the Fifth Amendment unless you might be criminally culpable for a crime. Then they said, "Listen, we'll give you immunity if you testify."
Wait, what? No.
Oh my God. Thank you. I was muted. I apologize. All right. So let me go back. If we're thinking about the Fifth Amendment, it is the clause that we're talking about is the privilege against compelled self-incrimination. Self-incrimination. That is what it protects us against. In sort of colloquial terms, it is understood as taking the fifth. If you want to know one of the major cases that that contemplated the question regarding the Fifth Amendment. It is Miranda via Arizona via Miranda via Arizona. This is, by the way, where your quote-unquote Miranda rights come from. It is why when you're arrested, you are told to remain silent. It does not mean you are guilty because you remain silent. Because you remain silent. You can perceive this something that you've done. You can believe that it might be guilty, that you might be guilty of a crime, that you've committed a crime. It is your feeling that there might be some kind of criminal element involved in something that you do, not that there is, that causes you to plead the Fifth. In theory, that's how the Fifth Amendment works. In actuality, you can plead the Fifth and just say, oh, I believe that there might be some kind, in your mind, you don't have to say this out loud. I believe that there might be some kind of crime linked to my action. I don't want to get charged for a crime, so because I believe that there could be a crime related to this, I'm going to plead the Fifth. If we were to suppose that you pleading the Fifth equals you being guilty, everyone who pleads the Fifth would be guilty. It absolutely makes no sense at all to assume guilt from someone pleading the Fifth. Now, we can do that on like a day-to-day regular person language kind of interpretation of what happens in court, but legally, it does not make sense. It would be absolutely useless. Imagine the jury could consider you pleading the Fifth. Right, imagine the jury could consider you pleading the Fifth as you saying you're guilty. Did you know that you as a defendant choosing not to go on the stand to be a witness in your own case is an element of you pleading the Fifth? So by that logic, Tory Lanez plead the Fifth. What say you about Tory Lanez guilt? Literally, this makes no sense. If this were true, by the way, you would literally just you would have gutted the Fifth Amendment. It wouldn't have any use. If by pleading the Fifth, there's an assumption of guilt, the Fifth Amendment would not have any meaning. You would have literally gutted the Fifth Amendment. This is not DJ Academic speaking, by the way. It's Myron who claims that he was an FBI agent who engaged in this. Y'all assume guilt because Tory wouldn't say who shot Meg because he goes by street code. No, because he had gunpowder on his hand. The other person who could have done it said that Tory did it. Tory apologized for doing it and then went online and say the person who could have done it outside of him didn't do it. So we say Tory did it because all the evidence point to Tory doing it. Sir, Ryan, you have a lot to say. I'm not sure why you're not clicking that link. Please click that link and come up and articulate that which you believe. This is an open space. It is a safe space. We don't believe Tory did or did not do it based on him not testifying or not. I believe Tory did it because the only two people who could have done it are Kelsey and Tory, right? People said that Kelsey did it, and Tory said Kelsey didn't. People said, and even asked if Tory did it, and Kelsey did not say he didn't. In fact, she affirmatively said Tory did it. And the person who got shot said Tory did it. I'm going to go with Tory did it. There is no assumption here. We are predicating this on, well, I guess that is an assumption, but it's a viable assumption based on the evidence that we have. Click that link if you want to come up. Three mermaids fawning over a leprechaun in a magical pond. One gets shot, leprechaun caught with pixie dust residue. Now two trolls argue with an elf about it. The tea in Narnia is hot. Great content theme. Oh, I appreciate this. I'm going to leave this comment up because I appreciate it so much. Let's get back to the Fifth Amendment. Please don't listen to Myron Gaines and Fresh and Fit about the Fifth Amendment. What they're saying is literally, like, it would literally work against Tory Lanez. It would work against Tory Lanez. When was the Miranda case? When was the Miranda case? I can Google this, but I'm not. I know it's in the 1960s. It is after the civil. I'm going to say it's 1966, but I don't remember. But I know it's in the 1960s. So this old case that we have a reference in every single Law and Order, like we've seen it. The fact is, having watched this and hearing the understanding of the Fifth Amendment by people colloquially does not make sense. But it's not just colloquially that matters. It is the fact that Myron is an FBI agent, and I do have, in my mind, I thought the FBI agents were like, I don't know why. There's a part of me that believes FBI agents are like really smart. I don't know what role he played. I just hear them talking about him being in the FBI here, so I don't know. But like, I just assumed they were like really smart and it was hard to get into. So the fact that you don't understand the rules and the court's interpretation about the Fifth Amendment, I don't understand that. Like, I don't understand how you were involved, intimately involved in prosecuting people and working in this arena, the criminal arena, and did not know about the Fifth Amendment. That does not make sense to me. And then coming online, making these broad statements where you are obviously wrong. Like, if Hassan was wrong, I wouldn't care. If DJ Academics was wrong, I wouldn't care. I would correct it. But the fact that you intimately involved, or you were in prosecuting people and you don't even know what the Fifth Amendment does, like, you don't even have to know it word for word. I'm just saying you don't understand that there is not an implied guilt in pleading the Fifth is a problem for me. Miranda v. Arizona was in the 1960s. I don't remember the exact date. I am not a criminal attorney. I took criminal law. I'm gonna say it was I said 1966, but it is what it is. I think someone put it in the chat. I saw years being dropped in the chat. Can someone let me confirm that? I can Google this right now. Yep, 1960. Oh, I'm actually very good at remembering dates. I'm terrible at remembering dates. Thank you, Mayor. I love this comment. All right, back to the Fifth Amendment. Now, there was another case before look up Griffin versus California. I don't really care about it. Like, you guys can go look that up. There was also the Gardner case. I'm going to forget this. I should have had my crim law outline up. But there were multiple cases. There's Brown v. Mississippi, Malloy versus Hogan, which reiterated the Miranda rights, the Harris versus New York case, Dickerson versus United States, Chavez versus Martinez. This is very well known. This was in 2003. Don't quote that either. Salinas versus Texas was also one that was one of the latest in 2013. Do not ask me about this after this live stream ends. But there are so many cases that reiterates the purpose, the usage of the Fifth Amendment. So this idea that, oh, no one can use it unless they're guilty doesn't make sense. Whatever, sir, FBI person, what's his name, Myron, you're wrong. Let's continue.
You can still you can plead the Fifth regardless. Like, you can just refuse to testify.
Hassan, I hate to say this to you, bro, but I used to investigate criminal activity.
I know you're a Fed. I know. I've seen it. I've seen you talking about it.
So I'm telling you, you cannot take the Fifth Amendment, okay, unless you're criminally culpable. That is why Gunna is not protected if they call him to testify. You can definitely say I plead the Fifth. It doesn't matter if you're like criminally culpable or not. You can still refuse to testify, even if it's
a judge will overrule it.
You're compelled to testify, right? If you don't have a Fifth Amendment privilege.
No, it's literally, it's a right. You can just say that you are pleading the Fifth regardless of whether it's because you're incriminating yourself or not.
You can only take the fifth if you might incriminate yourself. You cannot take the fifth in any other circumstance. You are compelled to testify.
No, you can still, no, you definitely still can in any circumstance plead the fifth. It doesn't matter what the truth is.
What? So you can just randomly just plead the fifth?
No, you can plead the fifth, even if that doesn't immediately mean that you are self-incriminating. If that was the case, then that could be used as.
As someone who does study this, I would not argue this way. I wouldn't argue this way. But if I were Hassan, I would have agreed. I would have been like, okay, so you not pleading, so you plead in the fifth equal, you're guilty. Well, what do you call it when the defendant doesn't take the stand? Okay, because I think you don't understand how the Fifth Amendment works and who in the case was pleading the fifth, even if they didn't say it outwardly. I don't think you understand that. So if by refusing to answer that equals you're guilty, guess who refused to answer questions? Guess who refused to go under oath and be a witness in their own case? Please answer that. Extend that logic to this logical extreme, please, for me. Please do that for me. Because y'all play. Oh my God. I cannot do this. Like, yo, this is so weird to me. I don't understand this. You are saying if you take the fifth, if you don't answer the question, blah, 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 you're guilty. Okay, fine. Tory Lanez. They both did it. This argument is annoying because they're both wrong. The problem is Hassan is more correct than the other guy, because in reality, we don't know what's in your head. So you can believe that you could be found guilty. And if you could be found guilty, you can say, yeah, I plead the fifth. But if you have immunity, then you can say, I don't remember, which is what happened. If you look at the black letter law and you read it verbatim on its surface, you probably are wrong about your interpretation of essentially every part of the Constitution. If you read it and you interpret it exactly how it's written, you are probably wrong. The court has interpreted the Constitution, and the court's interpretation of the Constitution is what it means. And you, as an FBI agent who engages with people and their rights pertaining to the Constitution and particularly the Fifth Amendment, I have a problem with you not knowing this. I have a problem with you not knowing this. I don't have a problem with Hassan not knowing it. I don't have a problem with DJ Academics not knowing it. I have a problem with the agent, with Myron not knowing it. If what you're saying is true about your work. Themis, I think you're giving Myron too much. He was probably a male. Wait, yo, the way I forgot that you can have other employees. Right. I'm going to give you a minute. Everyone in the chat, throw tomatoes at me. Please throw tomatoes at me, because I promise you, I heard FBI and I thought about FBI field agent and people who actually do the investigating, and I promise you I didn't think about what like other positions one could hold in the FBI. Like I didn't at all. I just went up there. I just thought he was like, so period. That is the equivalent of a caterer saying they work for the top law firm of America, period. And they did. And they did. My bad. My bad. My bad. I appreciate the correction, models. I appreciate the super chat, but I also appreciate the correction. I needed that. Let's continue.
Additional evidence, like you guys are trying to do right now, but that's not the case. I know that, like, in colloquial, in like the you know, in normie speak, we always assume when you plead the fifth, oh, that means they're guilty, like they're incriminating themselves. That's what we say, but that's not the case. You can plead the fifth even if you are not actually incriminating yourself. That's kind of the point of being able to plead the fifth and not having it be used against you as evidence.
Let's use your logic then, Hassan. If that was the case, why did her lawyer fight tooth and nail to get her immunity?
Ooh.
That's a terrible response. I don't care about pleading the fifth. If I have an attorney, if I had a client and I'm an attorney and I can get you immunity, best believe I'm going to get you immunity, regardless of the circumstances. If I can get you immunity, you're getting immunity. That's neither here nor there. That doesn't prove it. I feel like I'm wasting your time and my time by going through this. I feel like this is a waste of time. This is no depth. And it's annoying to me that it's coming from Myron. But Waddles, thank you, because I'm a lot less annoyed because I don't know his position. And maybe he wasn't, whatever. The Fifth Amendment implies guilt. LOL, no friendly reminder. Detective Mark Farham on the stand. The people of the state of CA versus, or look, I'm going to leave this case up here for one reason only. The idea that you have the right to remain silent and anything you say can and will be used against you does not imply that you are guilty. Like, it does not. It's a warning. It's your constitutional right to not incriminate yourself. But also, it means that there are things for which you did that could be criminal. While you don't know it could be criminal, you can decide not to speak on it. It is predicated on your belief about that which you have done. That was terribly stated, so let me simplify it by saying, if Myron's assertion about the Fifth Amendment were true, it would literally gut the Fifth Amendment. It would not have any power. And multiple cases coming out of the Supreme Court has articulated why Myron's position is incorrect. That's it, that's all. Thank you, though, Abe. Myron worked for Homeland Security. FBI agents are super educated and more investigative. Less law enforcement. Homeland Security is not necessarily a hard job to obtain. Myron was not FBI. Period. I didn't know this. PBM. Thank you, by the way. I did not know this. It's giving very much not FBI, because I have, like, I probably shouldn't have, because, like, we know what the FBI did. But anytime I think about the FBI, I think about really intelligent people who did like, I just don't think about it in the same way that I think about, like, a lot of police officers. There's some smart ones, but that's not how I think about FBI. So the fact that Myron doesn't know this is annoying me.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I'll read from this is the 14th of December. So this is Tory Lanez and Megan trial day 3. Kelsey takes a stand. She admits to lying to prosecutors about everything she told them.
No, you're reading No Jumper right now, who literally, by your accounts, got DJ academics. They jumped the gun and literally posted about the verdict coming in before the verdict had actually come in. You can't just use their one-sided assessment of the events that took place. You originally went to Megan Cuniff. I'm watching your stream right now. You couldn't find the actual thing that you wanted out of her, so you went to find the No Jumper tweet. If you give me Megan Cuniff's actual court reporting, then we can have a conversation.
I got it.
It's like you citing yourself. Come on.
Hassan, you're missing the point here that Kelsey, right, changed her story. She went in and did an interview with actually the prosecutors, not even law enforcement, which is another big red flag. But she went ahead and did an interview.
What's the red flag? I couldn't hear you. Sorry.
The red flag is she did an interview with the prosecutors, with no law enforcement there.
All right. All right. I feel like, ready? I feel like Myron believes in this moment that the prosecutor is a different branch of government, is on a different branch of government than the police. I think he thinks that. Not using law enforcement to exclude the prosecutor. How are you sitting there pretending like the prosecutors aren't a part of enforcing the law? Like the basic civics, by the way, this is not even like a high level anything. What does the executive branch do? Who is in the executive? I'm a staff. I'm done. That's petty.
Which is a huge red flag because prosecutors are not supposed to be direct witnesses in witness testimony when you're doing a criminal investigation. There's supposed to be an investigator there. And the reason why there wasn't an investigator there is because the lead detective, Stogner, right?
Wait,
he has
no, you can definitely have prosecutors directly question witnesses. Wait, what?
No.
It happened in this case. You can. I don't know how to respond to this. I don't know how to respond to this. Thank you, PB. Like I don't know how to respond to this statement. I'm not going to. Let's continue. Like the Myron's statement here makes no sense. By the way, this is why. Look, if I'm talking about criminal law or anything, the first thing I'm going to say is that I don't practice criminal law. Like I'm not going to lead with, oh, I've done this so many times. Because what happens is Myron is putting his credential out there, and now he looks a mess. Like you look a mess. And I'm annoyed. I am annoyed because there are people in the chat big mad. Not little mad, big mad. There are people in the chat big mad going off. And I told you, if you are on Tory Lane's side, please come up. You're under my protection up here. We won't attack you. It is fine. Please come up. It is what it is. Come up. I want to hear what you have to say.
You need an investigator there. They can't be the only witnesses because they're the ones prosecuting the case. It's a conflict of interest. You need a sworn law enforcement officer.
How is it a conflict of interest? How? Wait, how is it a conflict of interest for the prosecutor to interview a witness without the police? He's pretending like the prosecutor is opposing the police. Like they don't work in tandem. Like the prosecutor does not rely on the police to give evidence to prosecute. They are together. I feel like every Law and Order show, Suits, How to Get Away with Murder, like every TV show about law in this way highlights how together they are and how much the prosecutor relies on the police. You don't say it's a conflict of interest. They were, girl. Now, had you said if they interviewed someone from the defense side without the defense attorney, now that's the problem. But you mad that, and you didn't even say without the defense here, you said without the police. Period. Period. Period.
Officer there
But
conducting
most of the prosecutors are literally law enforcement officers, pretty much functionally. So I don't know, like you're making it seem like they're operating on different teams here.
Yes,
I mean,
they do work together. However, you need an agent, a detective, some type of police presence there to do the investigation and to do the interviews, bro.
Wait,
And that's a
I
big
got.
red-
Can I just address something really quickly? I love chat
Go ahead.
being like no black voice.
No, you do not need the police to do the interview. You do not, repeat, need the police to do the interview that the prosecutor can do. So you believe that the prosecutor is just going to sit there while the police conduct the interview that they need to prosecute? So that's what your belief is, that because I can't do it. I don't know how I don't know how to move on. Like, literally, so I don't think you should go to like law shows like Scandal and all of those shows, How to Get Away with Murder and how all of those shows to understand the law. I think that's a terrible idea. But if you did, you would know that the prosecutor does do interviews and they don't just rely on the police interview only. They can conduct I'm not doing this. Let's continue. I'm not explaining this. Nope.
Voices. Hassan didn't want a black voice in that circumstance, bro. No jumper.
Is there a prosecutor? I don't know why. I don't know why I'm saying this. Is there anyone in the chat who is a prosecutor, has been a prosecutor? That's it. Yeah. So I'm extending who can come up. Is there anyone who is a prosecutor? These dudes are intellectual adjacent. I have a Discord. On the 1st of January, I'm going to open a members Discord. And for all the members, I want to first apologize to you guys, but I'm creating a new Discord for people who are members to the channel because I want us to be able to keep in contact. So I'll let you know which members will have access and all of that. I'm not going to do it over the holidays. I'm going to try to do it the first week of November. The first week of November, there will be a Discord. Anywho.
Adam 22's operation. We're calling that a Black Voices now. Really? Halo Boom? Is that what you're saying in the chat? Dumbass. Shut the fuck up. Meme rapper.
Thank you, Proverbs. I appreciate that. I've only prosecuted a few Proverbs. I appreciate that. Thank you.
The point I'm trying to make is there's
Wanna
problems.
be meme rapper, motherfucker. Okay, sorry, go on.
There's problems with Kelsey's situation.
Yes, I mean January. I will open a Discord in January. So if you're a member, you will automatically have access to it. I think I need to talk to the moderators because there's a lot of members at the book club, and I don't want it to. Well, I don't want to say that because I don't want you to change your membership. Like if the book club is the book club, we'll have all of that stuff when we need to have that stuff done. The book club is going to be up and popping, I think the quote is. But I don't think it will be the book club level. I think it will be the next level, but don't quote me on that. That's all I can say right now because I need to go to the moderators and talk to them before I create this Discord. So yeah. Thank you, Proverbs. Says they are prosecutor. Yeah, if you're a prosecutor, please click the link. If you're a prosecutor, please click the link. I would love for you to join.
because number one, she was interviewed by prosecutors only. There wasn't an investigator there, which is a problem in itself. And then second, she switched her story up. She said, hey, Tory did X, Y, Z and, made him criminally culpable. And then when she came in to testify, she immediately took the fifth.
Oh, wait, there is 1,400 people in here. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. Please like the video. Please take a moment to like the video. I was not seeing how many people are in here. Like that's, y'all don't got jobs. I appreciate that. Thank you guys. Like, nice. Hello.
Hi.
Wait, Jojo, welcome to the membership. How are you? Are you a prosecutor or have been a prosecutor?
Yes, I've been a prosecutor for many years in Brooklyn. And I really hate that my whole government is on this chat. Like,
let's put hi. Well, it's already up there, but when I put
yeah, I know. But if you can block it out in any way, shape, or form, please do. But then you know what? People can Google my name and verify.
No, yeah. Let me I can change your name.
Thank you.
I'm gonna put cuter. All right. So now, go ahead. As a prosecutor, can you interview a witness?
Yes, obviously.
Oh, wait. I wanted to know. I'm kidding. Myron said you can, so I'm confused.
Myron is saying nothing but nonsense, Themis. Obviously, I am not going to put someone on the stand if I don't know exactly what they're going to say.
Like, I feel like this was an entire.
Tell me, Themis. Tell me. Say what you want to say, and I'll say more.
No, but well, that's the thing though. I feel like that was so obvious. By the way, I just love that I can like call into my audience and there's a prosecutor, there is a doctor, there's an accountant, there's an economist. I am here for this. Sending love and light to all the Black women attorneys, period.
Yes.
Wait, what is your take so far on Myron and DJ Academics? Have you been watching the stream?
I have, Themis. Mostly, I try not to hurt my own feelings, so I just listen to you. I don't listen to them people. Like I'm telling you, I try not to hurt my own feelings. So when you say things and you curate it, because you've been doing a really good job of curating information for us, and we appreciate it.
Thank you. It is a lot of work. I appreciate that you appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes,
right,
we appreciate you, because if we had to sift through all this nonsense, boy, we would be angry. So anyway,
I got his degree at Umar's stars above the Emerald Forest.
And Themis, I'm telling you, like, I would sit there and I have conversations with people, and by people I mean Black men, and I say, yes, I know the law. And they go, whatever. And I go, but I'm actually an attorney. Whatever. But I'm actually a prosecutor. And they go, whatever. So there is no talking to these people. There is none.
Can you agreed? By the way, I went to the barber and I was talking. He agreed with me ultimately, but that was another thing. But can you explain the fifth? Cinnamon Bunny, welcome to the membership. Thank you so much. Can you explain the Fifth Amendment, and not just the entire Fifth Amendment, just the privilege against compelled
self-incrimination?
Self-incrimination, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what it is. You literally can plead the Fifth if you want to avoid incriminating yourself. So whatever you have to testify to, there may be a part of it that might incriminate you in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't have to be in that particular crime, right? So if I go, I'm pleading the Fifth, that doesn't mean that I did the shooting. I could just be pleading the Fifth because I had marijuana in my system, right? I don't want to talk about that because it might incriminate me. Yeah. That's all that is. That does not mean that I have something that is crucial to this case. It could also mean that I have something that is crucial to this case. Yeah. If you plead the Fifth, that's what it is. And you can do that. That is your constitutional right. Tory Lanez doesn't have to pay you for you to plead the fifth. You can do you can get up on the stand and plead the fifth, and nobody has to pay you.
Do you understand my argument around how the Fifth Amendment would be gutted if, in fact, the implication legally is that you are guilty when you plead the fifth?
Yes.
Oh,
I understand. And I agree. I don't think immunity. That's a lot. You know what I mean? It's like now we're getting into the weeds because it's very difficult to say, like, who gets that privilege? Who gets to say, I plead the fifth and therefore I'm also immune and therefore leave me alone because they might be involved, you know? So
yeah.
now we get into the weeds. But I get what you're saying for sure.
Yeah. Academics publicly admitted to interfering with underage. I don't know this. He was on the wrong side of crime. Yeah, I don't know this, but thank you, Curry Up and Eat. I can't verify.
I love her name though. Every time I see it, I get hungry.
Oh yeah. I made curry shrimp last night. It was so good.
Anyway, thank you, Themis. I can't believe I got to talk to you.
No, definitely. No, you can always come back. In fact, if there is an issue here again, I might call you back up.
Okay, sure. Oh my God, I feel like. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one. Bye.
And then her defense attorney said, we need immunity. They tried to get immunity where she'd be covered all the way, but they were only able to get use immunity. Because obviously to get transactional immunity, which would be her protected all the way, that is very difficult to get. You would need a DA signature to get that. And obviously they're in the middle of a trial. They don't have time to go back to the DA saying, yo, we need the signature. So we're like, listen, we'll give her use immunity. We're on the record. We're not going to prosecute her. That's when she felt comfortable to go ahead and testify after that, pretty much. So if she wasn't culpable, why would she fight so hard? Why would her defense attorney fight so hard to get her use immunity, bro? You can only take the fifth, right? You can ask any attorney this. Any defense attorney will tell you this. You can only take the fifth when you might be giving testimony that might incriminate yourself. But if you're not necessarily giving testimony that's going to incriminate yourself and other people, then you're compelled to testify. That is why Gunna cannot assert the Fifth Amendment privilege if they call him to testify in the YSL trial. Young Thug goes, they're going to call Gunna on, and he cannot claim Fifth Amendment. He will have to testify. That is a part of his plea deal.
That sounds right. It is wrong. It is wrong. Let me play it back, and I'm going to explain why this is wrong.
You can only take the fifth, right? You can ask any attorney this. Any defense attorney will tell you this. You can only take the fifth when you might be giving testimony that might incriminate yourself. But if you're not necessarily giving testimony that's going to incriminate yourself and other people, then you're compelled to testify. That is why Gunna cannot assert the Fifth Amendment privilege if they call him to testify in the YSL trial. Young Thug goes, they're going to call Gunna on, and he cannot claim Fifth Amendment. He will have to testify. That is a part of his plea deal.
Okay,
that is not true, by the way. Now, Gunna can actually plead the fifth on separate issues if he believes that could bring criminal charges. It does not mean you're actually going to be charged or that you did anything wrong. It is predicated on your belief. The fact that he's doing this, I feel like I should not be repeating myself this many times. So instead of doing that, let me respond to some of the super chats. So Jojo, welcome to the membership. I appreciate you. Thank you. Maya said, we work from home. You're making us unproductive today. Hopefully I'm going to speed this up, actually. Thank you, though, Maya. AE says, if DJ Academic's accusation is true, we underage, and he just happened to be at Kylie's house when all this happened, Academic's attorney may tell him to plead the fifth. Exactly. Welcome to the membership, Tiana. Thank you so much. The book club going to be lit, by the way. The book club is going to be lit next year. Sorry, Themis. No worries. And Scandalous Scholar. Oh, I like that name. I don't know why. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the membership. All right, let's continue.
So I can't speak on why she wanted to, why she no longer wanted to offer her testimony. Okay. She did get granted immunity. I'm pretty sure, not the full blown immunity. If she was like to go up on that stand and be like, I actually fucking.
So there's a difference between use immunity and transactional immunity. Transactional immunity would be you're immune. They can't persecute you for anything regarding this. Use immunity means anything you say now cannot be used as a basis for prosecution. However, if they find independent evidence outside of your testimony, you can be prosecuted using that. It is what it is, not important here. Let's continue.
I actually shot someone. I was the one who shot, Megan Thee Stallion. Then all of a sudden your case falls apart. Of course, the prosecutor's not going to fucking do that because someone could very easily fall out of favor with the victim like Kelsey and Megan did and then turn around and be like, you know what? Actually, I'm the one who shot it. But guess what? You guys gave me the fucking immunity. You know what I mean? Like that's ridiculous.
She could have went on the stand and said that though, because they gave her use immunity, which means her testimony that was given in that circumstance could not be used against her. However, that does not mean that law enforcement.
And yet she still didn't offer inconsistencies. She could have very easily said, I am here to tell my truth. I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. And I was wrong originally. She didn't even say that.
Yeah, because she knew before she was lying. She got immunity. But you just explained that she got immunity from the original lie that she had told. If you're claiming that she originally lied. Yes, she originally lied, and she didn't want to give testimony because
so you're admitting that she would not have been liable under perjury in that regard because she had gotten immunity to offer her true testimony in that circumstance.
Perjury is different. That's not the case here, but that's not here nor there. I just want a response to this from Myron because this ain't it.
No, what I'm saying is that she could have been found. There's a bunch of things that they could have hit her with. There's a bunch of charges she could have got hit with.
Like what? Like
which is why,
like shooting Megan Thee Stallion.
You don't trust no jumper. I got my man. I think he writes L.A. Times. James Quealy. This is Kelsey on the stand. Our interview that they were trying to refresh her memory many times with. She says our interview was not 100% truthful.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Now are you gonna tell me these people aren't crazy? This does not make sense to me. So the report says our interview was not 100% truthful, and from that, DJ Academics and No Jumper and the people who reported said she lied about that Tory shot Meg. How did y'all get that from? How? Wait. So the statement was, the interview I did initially was 100% truthful. And from that, you got, I lied about Tory shooting Meg. But he is the one, Hassan is the one y'all are saying are making bad inferences from an apology. All right. All right, go off, sis. DJ Academics. Also, please remember to like the video. Apparently, right now, let's see how there's 700 likes. Can we get to 1,000? Apparently, there's 700 likes. Let's get to 1,000. All right, let's continue. Welcome, Ayana. Welcome to the membership.
Okay. Does that make you feel good, brother? You literally said, I'm not telling the truth. You said, whatever you're citing, I did not tell the truth. She basically said it and referred to it and kept almost looking at her lawyer to say, hey, if I answer this, am I getting fucked up legally? And they did many sidebars. That's just the reality of it.
Yeah, her interview not being 100% truthful, especially when there's additional circumstances involved in there, like whether or not I'm not familiar if she got asked the question about the $1 million that like Tory
She did
Lanez
get out.
offered them or something like that.
Yeah,
But
she
there
did
are
get
plenty of additional instances in that interview. You are the one who's inferring the parts that you believe is not truthful from that interview, and she still absolutely ended up getting. Just read the rest of that. What's the rest of the quote?
We're not trusting no jumper, but we definitely trust the LA Times.
Yeah, of course I trust the LA Times, and I trust court reporters, and
Let me read it.
you yourself.
Yo, I'm going to stop pausing it so many times, but DJ Academics and Myron got dragged. They got demolished. This actually looks really, really bad. For y'all to be making your assumption is that she is lying about who shot Meg, what she said, because she said her interview wasn't 100% accurate or truthful. How did you get there? How did you get there? The way the Black community treat PNB Rocks of Girlfriend versus Meg is like, I don't know who that is. Sorry. Maybe the thing is not triggering in my mind. It's like the tale of two cities. Blogs were compiling evidence to incriminate PNB. Who is that? Rock's girlfriend in his murder, but I feel like I should know what PNB is. You wouldn't have said it if I should know. I feel like I should know this. But with Meg, it's no snitching. They hate Black women. Oh, yeah. I'm going to star your comment because I'm going to wait for what PNB means. I feel like you deserve for me to look this up. You can call in and explain what PNB is, by the way. Just you can call in. Give a disclaimer before talking about these men. This is for entertainment purposes. We all know you can't make sense of the illogical. Yeah, thank you. I think I said that in the beginning. Nothing I say should be taken as legal advice. It should be in the description. I will put it there. But yeah, thank you. Hurry up and eat. I appreciate you looking out. This case is the people of the state of California, prosecutor versus that guy. Where is Meg's name in this case? Is hard against crime with weapons. Yeah. Meg is not on trial. These people are doing a lot.
Admitted that No Jumper got. So if No Jumper got and fucking literally.
Okay, forget No Jumper. Harris says she struggled with postpartum depression and a recent death in the family, and her mind isn't here right now. She also denied Lanez offered her hush money, which Megan alleged he did to the tune of $1 million.
Yeah, the exact quote from her, by the way, wasn't an immediate denial. She literally said it wasn't.
Thank you, Chris.
Exactly the way that was presented. I know what I'm talking about because I know what quote that was. The reason why we're bringing this up, by the way, is because she has postpartum depression now. She has a recent death in the family now. If anything, her evidence or her additional information that she's going to offer currently now and not back then is going to be less conclusive.
Wait, what about this one? Critically, she wouldn't confirm she saw Lanez with the gun, which she said in the recorded interview, or that Lanez threatened to shoot her. She won't confirm it in court. She
wouldn't. Yeah, that doesn't. Wait, what do you mean? That doesn't mean anything. She already had.
Oh, you keep referencing.
Yes, she literally said yes because we know. You and I both know. You and I both know. She went on the stand and said, "I can't recall anything. I can't."
Thank you. PNB rapper who got unveiled at Roscoe Chicken unalived. And Twitter blamed the girlfriend who was eating her lunch and scrolling through IG. This was the lady who posted where they were, and now everyone was blaming her. Yeah. No, I saw it in the comments. Thank you, AE.
Can't recall anything. I have postpartum. I'm depressed. I can't recall anything is basically what she said, and then she pled the fifth. That doesn't mean that she fucking absolutely lied. That's the reason why they played the whole interview.
In a court of law, if any type of witness or victim can't recall their statements and can't even affirm to it, right? Keep in mind, she's now under oath. She already acted weird with the, hey, I needed like immunity of this and third. She can't co-signed the majority of what she said in a goddamn interview, right? You think that the jury should be like, okay, let's just believe her? Really? Come on.
No, the prosecutor can and did play the recording of her interview to refresh her memory in court, and the jury considered who to believe. The jurors in this case is the fact finders, and they found that the testimony, I'm assuming because they found him guilty, on the tape was reliable. Right? So it is what it is. Like, I don't know. I don't understand what you're doing here. Like, the jurors found that the testimony given that was recorded when played to refresh her memory, where she could not remember. She suddenly had amnesia. That they found it reliable. My question, however, is, do you believe that Kelsey did not remember someone getting shot? Do you believe Kelsey do not remember someone having a gun, then shooting someone? Do you believe that? That's what I want to know, because y'all are not making any sense. Like, let's be clear. No sense is being made. Y'all are terrible. Like, this is just bad. Like, just log off Beyonce's internet now. Tory brought a gun to Calabasas and guilty. Look, these people, like, so since no one is coming up, let me just say this. He's getting charged with possession of an unregistered loaded gun. I want people who to come on defending him to fight, to let me know if that wasn't his gun, right? So should he have defended himself against that claim? What evidence would he have put forward that it wasn't his gun? Because he's still going to get prosecuted for that felony. Like, we pretending like there was only one or two. There were three. There were three charges. One of the charges was that you were in possession of an unregistered loaded firearm, sir. So there is that. There is that. On that, can we concede, at least, before we get into the harder claims, can we concede that he's guilty of that? Can we concede that? I need y'all to come up here, because y'all playing in my face. This is like a Thanksgiving dinner with all the drunk uncles, everyone out of their depth. Yep. Yep.
Brother.
Well, first of all, the jury did believe her, ultimately. The jury believed Megan Thee Stallion, who also is a witness in this circumstance. The jury also believed what she said originally, which is important to address in this circumstance. And the jury, of course, did not take into consideration that she pled the fifth, especially because she had the opportunity, given an immunity, to go back and correct the record and refuse to do so, while simultaneously admitting that currently, right now, in this very moment, was not likely to give a clear-cut version of the events, considering her postpartum depression and a recent death in the family. That's what I'm stating. That's the reason why the jury deliberated in the way that it did.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, but you're missing the point here, Hassan. See, here's the thing. Tory gets that Fifth Amendment privilege to not testify, not being used against him. Kelsey does not.
Not you going back. Wait. Please tell me y'all heard that. And please tell me, I wrote this down because I was going to go back there, but I'm not going back. Y'all can go back. At the 17-minute, 56-second mark, Myron said you are guilty when you plead the fifth, right? People who are guilty plead the fifth. Now he's saying, I did not forget. Now he's saying, Tory has the privilege of pleading the fifth, which he did by not going up there. So now what are you saying? Let's go back. Again, y'all people online defending Tory Lanez are liars. Myron, you have to do all kinds of like mental blockage in your mind to come to the conclusion that you are coming to regarding Tory pleading the fifth and Kelsey pleading the fifth. You have to absolutely have no... I'm not going to say that. There is a phrase referred to as prima facie. It means at face value. At face value, Tory brought a gun to Calabasas, therefore guilty. Now y'all talking about prima facie evidence. Period. Y'all heard him. Please tell me y'all heard him. So anyone who pleaded the fifth was guilty initially. But now, 30 minutes into the conversation, Tory pleaded the fifth. So by your logic, Tory is guilty. We're done. It's done. It's a wrap. We're good. Because your earlier statement, if applied here, means you lose. Where is my gavel? Case closed. Kosha said only men. Kosha, you play too much. Kosha, you play too much. Only men are allowed to plead that. Must be. It must be that. Let's go back. Let's go back a little bit and hear about the Fifth Amendment.
Right now, in this very moment, was not likely to give a clear-cut version of the events, considering her postpartum depression and a recent death in the family. That's what I'm stating. That's the reason why the jury deliberated in the way that it did.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, but you're missing the point here, Hassan. See, here's the thing. Tory gets that Fifth Amendment privilege to not testify, not being used against him. Kelsey does not. Kelsey is a witness in the case. She's not the one on trial.
Okay, but, yeah, I know, but
outside of the fact that he dead wrong, because you can be a witness and even in a civil case, you can assert your Fifth Amendment right because what you say could potentially bring criminal charges against you. Wait, by the way, this is dumb. Why am I pretending like this didn't just happen? She literally did. What do you mean she cannot do it? She literally just did it. In the case that we just watched, Kelsey pleaded the fifth, and it was allowed on certain questions. And then she was reminded, hey, you have immunity, so you don't have to plead the fifth. So even if she answered, and where she answered or was compelled to answer, and she said she forgot, right? She had the immunity because if she did not have the immunity, she would have pleaded the fifth. So you can plead the fifth. What do you mean she cannot? The reason they didn't allow her to plead the fifth is because of the immunity I'm so tired of these people. I'm so tired of these people. But let's continue. Your earlier statement was there is an implication of guilt when you plead the fifth, and you also acknowledge that Tory Lanez, by not taking the stance, was asserting his Fifth Amendment right. So does that logic extend to Tory Lanez, or does it only apply to Kelsey? Does it, if you believe not testifying or not providing answers to question equals guilt, does that extend to Tory Lanez? Y'all can have these people play in your face. They're not going to play in mine. Why are they willing to say Kelsey shot Meg when tiny $1 million legal team, Tory legal $1 million law team wasn't willing to do so? Yeah, well, they were trying to imply it, but yeah, they weren't willing to do so because it's not true. They know it's not true. Thank you. The way the Black community, I read this. 90s kids puff shine at New York City club. J-Lo still having to depose herself 10 years after the event. These major cities do not mess around with guns. I do know major cities generally don't like guns unless you're in Atlanta. Unless they're in Georgia. Unless they're in Georgia. They're like, you have the right to carry, you have the right to shoot. I'm kidding. Let me stop. Let me stop throwing my Georgia under the bus. Thank you, by the way. Curry Opinion says these podcast boys are moving like Trump voters. They want to relegate the I'm thinking relitigate the outcome. Relitigate the outcome. Yes, but the funny part is the man's statement in the beginning about the Fifth Amendment, though wrong, if applied to Tory Lanez, would mean Tory Lanez was guilty. He didn't know it at the time when he said it previously, but now he's repeating it, and yeah, that's what that means. Thankfully, you were wrong for even Tory Lanez. Because if you were right about pleading the Fifth, even Tory Lanez would have to go and testify. I wonder why he didn't want to testify. Since pleading the Fifth is itself evidence of the crime, why did Tory Lanez not want to testify? Is it because he was guilty? I mean, the logic makes sense if that were true, but it's not. Talking about witnesses can plead the Fifth. What do you mean witnesses can plead the Fifth? This, by the way, is from the person who was the quote-unquote FBI agent. Like, I'm confused. Like, this doesn't make any sense. What do you mean witnesses can plead the Fifth? If witnesses couldn't plead the Fifth, Kelsey would not have gotten immunity.
You can still say some dumb shit or potentially think that you're incriminating yourself, or ultimately say you have the right to plead the Fifth regardless. You have the right to plead the Fifth regardless of whether or not you're actually incriminating yourself or not. You just have that right. That is a right that you have.
You're just rambling, bro.
I'm telling you, Tory gets the privilege of them not being able to judge him for taking the Fifth. Kelsey does not, because the Tory is the one that is accused.
That makes no sense. Everyone who played the Fifth, that cannot be used against them as some kind of evidence that they're guilty. It doesn't only apply to the defendant, it would apply to the witnesses. The witnesses, however, aren't on trial, so the jurors would not be considering whether or not the witness is guilty. So this literally makes no sense unless we're joining the witness at this point, and now they are co-defenders and we are now prosecuting them. But even in that case, they become a defendant and your logic would extend to them, so the jurors wouldn't get to consider them pleading the Fifth. Like, what are you talking? It literally makes no sense. The distinction he's trying to make right now does not make any sense. If the jurors are going to consider evidence against the witness to prosecute the witness becomes a defendant, and if you think the defendant's pleading the Fifth cannot be used against them, that the witness becomes a defender, means that the prosecutor can't use that they plead the Fifth against them, and the jurors can't consider that they plead the Fifth against them. Literally makes no sense. But also, and additionally, you as a witness can plead the Fifth, and that pleading of the Fifth will not be used against you. It is what it is. Make a point, forget your point, contradict your point, undermine your point, equal Black Men Podcast Debate. I've solved the equation, Dusty Math 101. Yeah, make a point plus forget your point times contradict your point divided by undermine your own point equals Black Men Podcast Debates. Bless my dear Aunt Sally. Order of operations. Cultural Misfits, thank you for coming to the membership.
Used. Okay? That is the reason why. So when Kelsey doesn't get that same Fifth Amendment privilege to that level as Tory, because he's the one that's actually being charged in a criminal case in a criminal court of law in the United States. So Kelsey doesn't get that, which is why she was like, I need immunity if I'm going to talk. Because she is contesting.
No, she was given immunity to not plead the Fifth. Oh my God. The fact that people follow these people actually is annoying me now. Like, if you think about it, there are thousands and hundreds of thousands of followers being misinformed daily. That's actually very disappointing. I do hope that the people who are watching these men are watching for entertainment and not actually taking principles from them to live by, because this is kind of insane. If you're watching this debate and you don't see how horrible both DJ Academic has checked out at this point, but Myron is just absolutely out for lunch. I think that's the phrase. And you're watching thinking, yeah, you're winning this debate, you're making points that you're logical. Like, I've already admitted that I'm concerned about our culture and where we're going, so I don't have to restate that. But that doesn't, like, it's bothering me. Like, even if you don't want to believe Meg, even if you think she deserves it, like, at least make an argument that makes sense or stop talking. Because this attempt to justify your degenerate position is starting to show, like, everything is being unveiled and you don't look good. You look a mess. So they totally believe these men. That's why they're shocked. They're going to continue to be shocked then. They're going to continue. They're literally going to continue to be shocked because this don't make no sense to me.
That's why she asked for immunity in the first place.
Look,
go ahead.
You said that you have to be guilty to plead the fifth. That is not the case.
You don't have to be guilty. You have to be essentially liable, right, from a criminal standpoint, to invoke the Fifth Amendment.
Yes, an innocent witness may validly claim the Fifth Amendment privilege against self-incrimination. If you are an innocent witness, you can still plead the fifth. That is precisely the reason why we look at pleading the fifth as a right that people have and not as an indication that that person is somehow criminally liable, which is what you guys are doing right now. Okay? That the entire concept behind pleading the fifth would be null and void if we automatically assume that that person is fucking guilty every time they pled the fifth.
No. Pleading the fifth isn't an implication of guilt. However,
but you are making it seem as though it is.
No. Well, I mean, one could take it as that, but if you have zero conflict with what's being asked of you when you're either subpoenaed and you're on the stand, you got to answer. You can't just magically say plead the fifth and then.
That you have zero conflict is ridiculous. That you were there, that there were gunpowder on your hand, that you might fear a prosecution is enough for you to plead the fifth. It is what it is. Now, I don't know. Why am I engaging with these people in this point? Why? We already explained what pleading the fifth is. I gave you 1,000,001 cases you guys can look up. It is what it is. Like, I had to go to my outline to find these cases. I'm not about to go back to my outline. I'm going to try to do it from memory. There is Griffin versus California. There is Gardner versus Broderick. Obviously, Miranda versus Arizona, 1966. I remember that. Castigara did that case. I think it's versus the United States. Brown versus Mississippi is one. Yeah, look up those cases, and those cases will cite other cases, and you will be well on your way to understanding the Fifth Amendment. I'm not about to do this with them again. We plead the Fifth Amendment. We plead the fifth because we have a right not to get force involved in any nonsense and foolishness. If I did something, prosecutor, prove it. Period. The burden is on the prosecutor, not on me to incriminate myself. Period. Develop School of Law.
Then say the judge says to you or you and your attorney, hey, okay, let's figure out why you're pleading the fifth. And you're like, no, just because I want to. They're not going to be like, okay, you got it.
Here, I'll tell you the Supreme Court decision that the justices made on this regard, because like people do plead the fifth sometimes when they're innocent, or they might be afraid, okay, of one reason or the other. It's normal. The criminal justice system is fucking ruthless, right? In the 2001 Supreme Court case, the justices noted that the right against self-incrimination provided by the Fifth Amendment in Ohio versus Reiner, the court case that I was telling you about earlier, okay, that the Fifth Amendment protects the innocent as well as the guilty. The court added that a witness may have a reasonable fear of prosecution and yet be innocent of any wrongdoing. The ruling noted that innocent people might be ensnared by ambiguous circumstances. So her right to plead the Fifth in this circumstance was given to her and was protected by the Supreme Court, specifically for situations exactly like the one that she was entangled in, where she could have very easily been fearful. She could have very easily been fearful that she might be
fearful of prosecution. Now, granted,
okay, she committed crimes.
Wait, no, but you're still doing that. But
Oh my God, why do I keep doing this? All right, and let me summarize. The case that he's referencing with Matthew Reiner coming out of Ohio, which made its way up to the Supreme Court, you can go, well, again, you don't have to go there. I'll go there. So Cornell.edu posted it. You don't have to go here now. I'm just posting it in the chat so that you guys have it for posterity. You can use that whenever you want. I don't like the phrase that there's one case on it, but he is the person who is not an FBI agent, and the fact that he can, in the middle of a debate, Google one of the cases that discusses the Fifth Amendment and the right of witnesses to assert the Fifth Amendment, while all these people are on here talking and none of them could just go Google it, is annoying to me, including the so-called FBI agent. That's the problem for me. That's the problem for me. But there's more cases. There's a lot of cases on the Fifth Amendment regarding self-incrimination, including Miranda.
But remember, you're still doing that. You're still claiming that she is guilty because she pled the Fifth.
If you're saying,
but you are a Fed, so I'm not surprised that you think that. But anyway, let's go on. Let's move on.
Like, you're saying she's fearful of prosecution, right? You're literally alluding to the fact that maybe something that she did or could say would be in some realm of maybe being able to either the DA could pick up a charge on, right? We're not saying
it doesn't even matter though. It doesn't matter because what matters is what she felt in that moment. If she feels like she could be ensnared for any reason whatsoever, she has the constitutional right to be able to plead the Fifth in that regard. That's it. And that's what she did. She exercised it.
Hassan, do you not see that she was the prosecution's star witness and that is problematic?
Problematic? I mean, I do feel like the star witness was probably the person who survived getting shot, but you know, she was a witness. Yes, she was one of the big witnesses in that regard.
Yeah, but here's the thing. That's Meg. Meg is obviously the victim, so that's going to be a witness in itself. But I'm talking about the prosecution's star witness from a, how do I say this? From an unbiased standpoint, according to them, was Kelsey.
And it would have been the only person to.
This is literally ridiculous. All right, let's step back. If you believe the foolishness that these people are talking about, you're confusing me, right? So here's the thing. It is impossible for you to believe that one of the people found with gunpowder on their hand is unbiased. So the fact is, you can claim that she was the one who pulled the trigger all you want. You can do that, but you can't say she's the unbiased star witness of the prosecutor when the victim is actually there. I just can't. I can't. I cannot. I thought I could, but I can't. This doesn't make sense to me. The argument doesn't make sense to me. The positioning doesn't make, you don't find it problematic that the prosecutor's star witness, the most unbiased party, did what? Kelsey is not the star witness. What do you mean? The star witness is the person who is the victim. If that person becomes, even, I disagree with the prosecutor here, but even in the conclusion, they reference who their star witness is and who should be believed. I can't. Y'all just go make any argument you can. Y'all just go sit here and make arguments, whatever. Let me find. So I'm gonna go to the case that he cited, and I'm gonna read. I'm all part of it. A part of it. Y'all cannot read that. Let's see. All right. Let's go up. I hate doing this because I don't like wait, does someone want to read? I hate reading out loud. Wait, let me ask. Does someone, if no one want to read it, like obviously I will have to, but like I would prefer not to. No one want to read. All right, let me read it. Here we go. Why are we talking about Meg when they're talking about witnesses, but the guy who came through with the smoking gun, pun intended, was the defense witness? Look, they're going to go to him, and they're annoying. They're annoying. The prosecutor's star witness is going to be the person who was injured in this case and who says they saw who did it. Like they are. I don't know what Myron and DJ academics are doing. It's kind of annoying, though, to watch them do what they're doing because they're just wrong and they're fighting tooth and nail to be wrong. Not to be right. They're fighting tooth and nail to be wrong. Thank you, Curry Up and Eat. So in the case that was cited, right? Here it is. Sorry. It says, I don't know. Can you guys read this? Let me zoom in. This is a side to another case. So by the way, if you're ever reading a case, just look through the cases for other cases that you can find if you want to learn more. That's what I do. They reference other cases. But we have never held, as the Supreme Court of Ohio did, that the privilege is unavailable to those who claim innocence. To the contrary, we have emphasized that one of the Fifth Amendment's basic function is to protect innocent men. So there's where they got men from. This, by the way, this is a broad term for men and women. But it only applies to men. Who otherwise might be ensnared by ambiguous circumstances. It goes on. I love the writing. I love the writing because it's like almost biblical. We have held that the privilege protection extend only to the witnesses who have reasonable cause to apprehend danger from direct answer. So this applies to witnesses. The Fifth Amendment does not only apply to the defendant, it applies to witnesses. Again, it applies to witnesses. I'm reading backwards, by the way, because I just wanted to find the points that were important. The Fifth Amendment proves that no person shall be compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against himself, blah, blah, blah. This is their understanding. As the Supreme Court of Ohio acknowledged, this privilege extends not only to answers that would in themselves support a conviction, but likewise embraces those which would furnish a link in the chain of evidence needed to prosecute the claimant. It need only be evident from the implication of the question in the setting in which it is asked that a responsive answer to the question or an explanation of why it cannot be answered might be dangerous because injurious disclosure could result. That is where Myron is stuck by the way, regarding the defendants not answering direct questions and pleading the fifth. What he ignores is that it has been extended. This privilege against incrimination has been extended to witnesses. The fact that, by the way, should I do this? I feel like I'm being petty, but I don't mean to be petty. This is a 2001 case. Someone said female gun. This is a 2001 case. We can look at recent cases and cases before that recent cases extended more. Case law be hard with a Twitter grade reading level, right? It's annoying to me when people who claim like if I came out here and I'm going to misinterpret something, it's wrong, I shouldn't do it. But the reality of you putting your credential as an expert on the subject in front of you is giving yourself credibility in a way that it's an appeal to authority in some ways, right? You're giving yourself credibility, and I don't understand why you would do something like that if you're just going to be completely biased in your assessment and ignore the rule. And if you don't know the rule, I don't know why you would put your credibility out there, because if you put your credibility out there and then you are wrong, it looks like you're an indictment on your career or whatever expertise you have. I don't know why people do that. If you don't know, say you don't know. Or if you're going to argue from a place where you don't actually know, leave the expert theory aside and just say, this is what I believe, from like me being a random citizen, not based on the fact that I have this many years of experience. Because now you look silly. Tory got found guilty for bringing and firing a gun in Calabasas. Remember, Nikki's their husband is living there too. I think you meant Calabasas is not playing with black men. Calabasas is not playing. Thank you, by the way, A.
Allegedly,
yeah, when you get shot, you are a little biased. That's true. But, you would probably be biased against the person who shot you. In this case, if you claim that it is Kelsey, then she should probably be biased towards her, right?
What? No, what I'm saying is that the prosecution in opening statements used Kelsey and said, Kelsey's going to come in here and weave together all our evidence. They were relying heavily upon what? A jail call, a text message, okay? And then also Kelsey's testimony. That's what they were weighing heavily on. And then for everything to make sense and come together, they needed Kelsey's testimony. So when she gets on the stand and takes the Fifth Amendment as the prosecution's main witness, mind you, that is problematic.
Well, she, like I said, originally did allow this entire thing to come together with her testimony. The text messages are also pretty damning too, like saying 911, Tory shot her, Tory shot Megan. Why do you think she texted that? And
what did Nikki say? I'm trying to find Nikki. Demas has repeatedly asked for people who, with your point of view, to have a discussion. I'm just simply asking, since you're going in with folks on the chat. Because Kelsey just texted Justin, and that's Megan's bodyguard, so Megan got the text from him. I don't know what's happening, but Nikki, definitely, if you want to come up and you want to explain what we're missing, please feel free. This is for anyone. If you believe we're missing something, come forth.
And then also gave corroborating evidence to that. And we're hyper focusing on like her pleading the Fifth, which is her constitutional right to do so for any reason. You know what I mean? Like she could just do that, which she did. She exercised that, but we just refuse to think about why she texted that. We don't think about why Tory apologized to every party involved. We're not looking at any of those instances, and only hyper focusing on instances that you can draw reasonable doubt out of, like you're working for the defense team.
You're making an inference that the apology is for the shooting, while you're definitely absolving the reason why she would say, I'm not taking a stand, period. Unless, as soon as she got on the stand, she started pleading the Fifth. It's not that she was asked anything as soon as she got there. But so you want to make the inference that the apology from Tory, which was innocuous, honestly, didn't say what he's apologizing for. Say, I'm sorry. That's all he said. But you're saying that's for the truth.
What do you think? So wait, you think he's apologizing because like an altercation happened where like Kelsey shot Megan, right? That's what you were claiming. Like you think that's a normal thing to apologize for?
Hassan, the person who was adding the gas to the whole situation for the shooting.
Because like, look, if I was involved in a situation, a love triangle, as you claim, right? And the girl that was with me shot the other girl, I would not text like, I'm sorry to everyone involved. I'd be like, that was crazy. Remember when that bitch shot you? That was wild, right? Like that's what I would text. I think that's what normal humans would text in that situation.
Hassan, you're operating on 2020 hindsight. You got to remember, these are women. They're emotional. They're drunk. They just trying to go ahead and get with Kylie Jenner.
I'm gonna be honest. I think Tory.
Not Myron said these are women. They were drunk and emotional. So women are emotional. Well, this is Myron's talking point. The problem is definitely my door just opened on its own. My door definitely just opened. My ghost is back. Hey Casper, were you the one at the scene shooting guns? I think you might have been. I haven't seen you in a while. I haven't heard things going bump in the night in my place in a while. So welcome back. Welcome home, I guess. In any case, these women are emotional. When I was at an argument praying for you and your girls. No, we have a schedule. He don't come out until like I'm away.
Tory Lanez was very emotional. I think like
you can say that. You can say that. That's fine. But my point
he was
is
drunk too and emotional.
And
when he shot Megan.
Kelsey, right? He exposes Meg Thee Stallion for having sex with men that she had originally hooked up with Kelsey. So that is how the argument ensued. So we don't know definitively if
Yo, not me out here talking about Casper was the one who shot Meg and he showed up. He is like wait. Because I was joking. I don't mean go shot Meg. Not y'all showing up. Not y'all showing up in.
he was apologizing for shooting or for putting out.
I know, but don't you think that that's like a much bigger thing that you would mention? You'd be like, that was crazy when Kelsey shot you, right? Because only one person said.
That would be foolish to do that.
Shot another person.
I mean, he's not going to sit there and be like, yo, that was crazy that Kelsey shot you. No, he's going to say, yo, if he apologizes.
Really? You wouldn't. So you're in a situation, you're in a love triangle. You get a lot of women, right? I feel like, or you must. You talk about it all the time. You're in a love triangle. It happens all the time. One of the girls shoots the other girl. You're going to be like, I'm sorry. That's how it happened. You wouldn't be like, how fucking insane was that this crazy bitch shot you?
Conversations that he
women, am I right? That's probably what you would say, right? Women, emotional.
Conversations he's in custody and he's been recorded over the jail phone.
So why do you think? No, but why do you think?
That poor child. I didn't even know Tory Lanez had a child until this court case. Yeah, the Casper just came here and told me it ain't him, so I need to stop calling him out. Yes, women are drunk and emotional, but we do not use guns. We have full yellow set or press-ons. Some even stay with acrylic. Whatever is her choice. Look, I thank you, AE. I just don't understand what the argument is. And we're going to run through the argument again because that don't make sense. Oh, I like when men like this talk to men like academics and what's his name? Fresh and Fit. Both of them are on apparently. So I like when these men talk to men like academics and Fresh and Fit. But I like it when these men don't care. I like when they're like, I don't care about who you think you are. And I'm going to say what I want to say and not have these filter baby gloves on. I like when he's going in. I like it. It is what it is.
I think Kelsey texted 911, Tory shot Meg.
So now you're moving off the argument.
No. I'm asking you. I legitimately want to know, why do you think Kelsey originally texted that?
If you concede this point, because you're saying what the text from him should be, I'm telling you why it's not like that.
No, but tell me that. Just, I want to know what you mean. Why do you think Kelsey texted 911, Tory shot Meg?
Hold on. So by us moving to this, I'm going to answer it. I'm feeling like you're conceding that other point, because what you're saying would be idiotic if you know you're calling off of a jail phone to say, hey, isn't it crazy when you got shot by so-and-so? You might as well give a fucking statement. Okay, if you're conceding that because
Okay, so you think Tory was protecting Kelsey? That's what you're saying,
He's a
right?
rapper, bro. He's a rapper. He cannot snitch. That is career suicide. Of course, he's not going to go ahead and incriminate someone else. He's a rapper, bro.
Answer the other one, because I have an answer for the other one.
He can't do that.
Oh, okay, that's why. Okay, got it.
That's
not. Every rapper that gets caught cooperating with the police or snitching or doing anything that might put someone else in jail, their career is ruined. So
I mean, I don't know if their career is ruined. They can still go on DJ Academics' broadcast like Tekashi does all the fucking time. You know what I mean?
Are we going to the facts here? Or are we going to try to make side?
Is like a troll. He's like no enough troll.
Yeah, this guy's not qualified to talk about the culture or anything like that, bro. Dude, your facts, bro, are non-existent, bro.
Like, you're deflecting crazy. You're just deflecting.
I'm not. I asked you a simple question, and nobody was able to answer this question. It's a super simple question. It's so direct. Why did Kelsey text 911? Tory shot Megan. If that's not the case, it's 3v1 now. By the way, holy fuck.
I'll answer that question, but I'm going to just assume that because you diverted, you basically like you bowed out of that other.
I mean, you can assume whatever you want to, but just give me the answer. I just want to know. I'm like genuinely interested in your perspective.
Now I'll answer that question, but I really could just ask a question to answer, but I'll just answer myself. If I was the best friend of someone who just got in a drunken fight and I unfortunately shot at my best friend, okay, she got hurt. If I'm the closest person to her team, you think I'm going to text her team, hey, I shot Meg? Come on now. Would you text that?
So in that situation, you think a text message is necessary, right? Like you're saying that the text message is necessary. She's belligerent enough to fucking grab a gun, shoot Megan Thee Stallion, but then also somehow has it all together. I guess like the adrenaline kicked in and all of a sudden she just like remembered the consequences of her actions and decided to very cleverly and devilishly text this ruse, even though Tory Lanez on Instagram comments has also said that Kelsey had not shot Megan Thee Stallion. And it like, so clearly, like no one has said Kelsey shot Meg Thee Stallion. That has never even been brought up except for the.
All right. Hassan did great, but right here, there needs to be more. There needs to be more, right? The way we explained it earlier is what they want us to believe, right? That man done called your platform a snitching hotline. It's time to mute yourself, right? Right, talking about it's part of the culture. Meanwhile, you have Tekashi all up in and through your kid. That was a drag. That was a drag. That definitely was. Kelsey nor Meg brought a gun to Calabar. Yeah. All right. I don't know if you can see this, but I'll make it bigger when I do it. So here's what they want us to believe. Meg and Kelsey were fighting. Kelsey somehow got Tory's gun, shoots Meg, texted the police and the bodyguard and says, Meg was shot by Tory. So Tory shot Meg is what Kelsey said after she shot Meg. I'm doing air quotes. All right. Then there is an investigation and now charges against Tory. People online, rightfully air quotes, said that Kelsey was the one who shot Meg. And Tory responded to that tweet by saying, that's not true. So Tory says it is not true that Kelsey shot Meg, even though Kelsey texted and said, Tory shot Meg. This is not about snitching. You affirmatively went out of your way to say Kelsey didn't do it. But Kelsey already texted the night off saying you did it. This is not making any sense. If your argument that Kelsey did it doesn't make sense. So Kelsey shot Meg and Meg is lying to protect Kelsey who shot her and made a diss track about her. So Kelsey made a diss track about Meg. Kelsey is lying, but Meg is protecting Kelsey and blaming Tory, even though Kelsey and her were in a fight because she slept with Kelsey. Y'all play too much. Y'all are playing too much. Y'all are playing in my face. Because ain't no way, there is absolutely no possible way that you believe what you're saying you believe about Kelsey and who shot Meg. Y'all can't believe that. Just say you don't care that she got shot and he shouldn't go to prison for shooting. Say that, because your argument don't make sense.
Blogosphere.
Are we going to hold what Tory said on Instagram, which we don't even know if that's him controlling his page? We're going to hold him liable for that, but we can't hold Meg liable for saying out of her own mouth a different story.
Well, I mean, it was used. It was used, from what I understand, when an LAPD detective Warren Eberhard took the stand to testify that Tory Lanez's verified IG account once commented on a theory that Kelsey was the shooter, saying that's not true.
Okay, perfect. I'm glad you said that. Now, this incident happened 2 years ago. They asked that same detective, when did you see that message? Did you check the IP address of where it came from? Because you know, you could have an Instagram account and somebody could access it from Zimbabwe. Somebody could access it from Costa Rica.
So you think a hack?
So the argument against, so Tory's verified account responded and said that Kelsey didn't shoot Meg. DJ Academics and Myron's argument here is that it was hacked. Wait. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I tried to like not laugh into the microphone. Your argument is that you can't even say it was hacked. You have to say it might have been hacked. Now, whose burden is it, right? The burden of proof is going to be on who, right? It's going to be on the prosecutor, but let's do it in the court of public opinion with the prosecutor. The prosecutor goes, here, Tory said Kelsey didn't shoot Meg. It came from his verified account. If you didn't do it, Tory, wouldn't you come out and say, I did not make this tweet. Look, I was hacked. Like, I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. I feel like I'm going crazy a little bit. Like, I kind of feel like there is a tweet going around that has you saying Kelsey didn't do it. There's only two people who could have done it, because Casper just came here and Casper said he ain't in it. Casper just told me to not call his name one more time. I have one more time to call a ghost's name. So the ghost didn't shoot the gun. Remember, we didn't find any fingerprints, so it could have been a ghost. But the ghost came and said he didn't do it. Ghosts cannot lie, so we're going to believe the ghost. All right. We have Kelsey and we have Tory. Kelsey said you did it, right? There is an investigation because the police believe you did it, Tory. Now, someone online is telling the quote-unquote truth that Kelsey did it, and your account is found saying she didn't do it. Wouldn't you, because this is not about snitching anymore, don't you have a responsibility to come out and say, look, y'all, I know that account said Kelsey didn't do it, but I was hacked. I did not tweet that. An intern did it. Someone from Zimbabwe. Someone from Zimbabwe did it. You're going to tell me that I'm being charged with shooting someone, and from my Twitter account, my verified account, there is a tweet saying that the other person who could have done it didn't do it, but I didn't make that tweet, and you think I'm not about to come out and tell y'all that I didn't make that tweet? Oh no, I didn't make that tweet. Literally, the opening statement from the defense should be the tweet you saw that you might want to use against me that said Kelsey didn't do it was not a tweet that was made. Here is the IP address from Zimbabwe. there's this person from Zimbabwe, Rock Nation, hacked my account, and they made this tweet. You think that wouldn't be if you got hacked? If Tory, let me tell you this: if you got hacked and your account was made to suggest that someone else didn't do it, when you want to say that person did it, look, I mean, that's reasonable doubt. Like, you need to come forward. Justice for Tory. If you were hacked and you didn't let people know you were hacked, that's terrible. This is for the Make It Make Sense Fund, period. Thank you, Wake Up Makeup Slay, for your brain cell recovery after watching this debate. Thank you for all you do. Oh, I appreciate you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, Jubilee. Imara, welcome to the membership. That don't make sense. Y'all play... I'm going to keep saying y'all play entirely too much because all I see is people playing in my face. That's all I see. You are going to sit there talking about he was hacked. Oh, he was hacked. When did he tell you he was hacked? DJ Academics, you and Tory Lanez are friends. I've seen you speak to Tory Lanez. You could have asked him, were you hacked? Was Tory Lanez hacked? Y'all play too much. That's all I know. Y'all played entirely too much.
Hacking happened. That's why Tory Lanez, or you think Tory Lanez's Tory Lanez's interns are fighting against Tory Lanez is what you're saying?
Mid-trial, when Mo went live, Tory Lanez's Instagram joined the live. You think Tory's in court joining live?
No, I don't. But do you think someone with access to Tory's? Why is someone with access to Tory Lanez's Instagram account defending defending Kelsey?
I'm not saying you can't use that as some type of proof, but number one, you saw it a week ago before trial when you had 2 years to see it, right? Number two, you made no fucking effort to try to at least go out of your way to prove that he's the actual one that posted it.
Well, to be fair, I don't think they needed that because ultimately it wasn't Kelsey that was on trial. It was Tory Lanez on trial because, again, going back to the main thing, the 5 points that the prosecution laid out was pretty open and shut. Oftentimes, cops not very good at their jobs, okay? I can't talk about feds. I don't know how Myron was, but clearly he wasn't that good because now he's doing a fucking POA podcast. However, okay? However, this is one of the instances where it literally does seem like they had a lot of fucking...
Hassan is slick with these jobs. He just swoop. Apparently he wasn't good because he's out here doing podcasts. You better be dragging all of them by the hair they don't have. He is dragging them by their phantom follicles.
A lot of evidence, right? Like, I mean, holy shit, they had the witness who survived.
Politician more than you, brother. You got to run for office. Like the way you're able to duck out.
What do you mean? There's five points of evidence that are so conclusive.
You move to another one, and then when we try to get you there, you flip to this.
Bro, you're counting.
But women are emotional. Hear this man screaming at the top of his lungs about another man, but women are emotional. Period. Come through.
Was someone from Zimbabwe might have fucking controlled his account. The reason why they didn't even have to fucking find this is because they already had 5 points of evidence that was so damning in a situation where it was Tory Lanez versus Megan Thee Stallion.
We're being stupid. You cover all type of shit, even if you're covering like the search warrants that was like executed in Mar-a-Lago. Come on, you know if you're gonna use someone's social media writings and presence, nigga, at least motherfucking execute a warrant. Instagram is going to show you exactly where it came from. They took a screenshot from the shade room. Is that what you want the fucking...
Again, Tory Lanez could use this. If he didn't make that tweet, he could literally show that he was hacked and he was being set up. Literally. So the fact is, y'all play too much. That's the fact. That's it. But seriously, how whack do you have to be for your hair transplant to fall? Oh, stop. Y'all gonna curse my hair. My hair gonna... Let me stop. I hope not. The day my hair starts falling out is the day I stop coming live. Absolutely not. Nothing against people going bald, by the way. When I get in my 40s, period.
Government to be putting people in jail
Well,
for? That's what I'm trying to say. They
well,
found this
again, it's the reason why they didn't conduct that level of investigation on that regard was because, again, there was no like Kelsey is the actual shooter theory. There was no evidence that Kelsey was the actual shooter. One of the most damning pieces of evidence was also Kelsey's own fucking text message saying 911 Tory shot Meg.
All right, first of all, let's do it. This is not from the shade room. How I know this is not from the shade room, it's not when Tory saying it's not true in response to people saying Kelsey shot her, Tory respond, that's not true. This is not from the shade room. Well, maybe it is, but from my understanding, and I've used the shade room a lot, they usually have their mark TSR on, is it, I don't know, it's TSR on all over their thing plastered. But this is about the shifting burden of proof, right? What is the burden of proof? If I come and say, this is what happened, here's my evidence for what happens. Someone said prima facie, right? I have the evidence in front of me. Now, the burden has shifted, not from me to prove it again, but to you to show me how this on its face is not true, right? So I see Tory Lanez account that is verified saying that it is not true that Kelsey shot Meg. It is not for me to go investigate. It's for Tory now to say, wait, no, I know what that looks like, but it's not me. Here is the IP address and it's in Zimbabwe. Y'all play too much.
If the police haven't done their due diligence and done their fucking job, you want us to consider some shit off Instagram? At least fucking run a warrant, okay? At least get the information in a right format that the jury could have some validation to the shit you're presenting. You're presenting shit like a blog. Unfortunately, academics has no there's no like fucking. You have to
academics. You understand? They didn't need to do that because it was
it in court. Yeah,
but they didn't. But you know that they didn't need to do that. You know what I mean? Like they didn't need to. You understand why I'm saying they didn't need to, right?
But you're actually.
This man is yelling at the top of his lungs, and they have the audacity to be sitting up here talking about women are emotional. We are all emotional. I am emotional. Y'all are making me angry right now. So yes, I am too emotional. Y'all just annoying.
You relied on it to make your point. So if they didn't need to know why you relied on it to make your point.
Well, I'm bringing it up because I think that it's already there's already enough evidence, as I've shown time and time again, as to why I feel the way I do about the situation. I'm not even getting emotional about this. But it seems like you are a little bit.
Let me take this, bro. Let me take this. Hassan, I
like the bottom
attacks, which is fantastic. But you know what? Let's go over each piece of evidence and actually talk about each piece of evidence with facts versus you making jokes ad hominem attacks. Number one, the jail call. He never actually admits to shooting at Meg. He's just profusely apologizing. The text message. Kelsey says, oh, Tory shot Meg. When they tried to bring in the witness to actually receive the text message so they can get some context, he didn't want to come in and testify. I wonder why. Also, the text messages between Meg and Tory, we don't necessarily know if he was apologizing for outing Meg Thee Stallion and her promiscuity in the past along with her friend, or if he was apologizing for Kelsey and Meg fist fighting because starting that conversation initiated the fist fight, or her getting shot. We don't know what he was apologizing for.
Yeah, but you're making an inference. You are the one who's making an inference off of that, though.
I'm inference off of what exactly?
Like you are using that, like that in and of itself, apologies in and of itself, depending on which state you're in, are not admissible as evidence in court because of the things that you just mentioned, right? Like from what I understand, I don't think
emotions took like at the home. Hashtag breakdown. Wait. Thank you, AE. Motivation Nation says, may the spirit of water retention haunt academics for the rest of his days. Not y'all throwing out curses out here. It is giving very much confusion. And by confusion, I'm not confused. Hassan is not confused. These two men are confused. Their arguments defeat itself. Their arguments literally defeat itself. So even the Fifth Amendment argument they made, outside of them not knowing what the Fifth Amendment is, if you take the Fifth Amendment in the way that they want to apply it, Tory Lanez is still guilty. They're saying we cannot make any inference from the fact that he apologized. Okay, sure, we won't make any inference from the fact that he apologized. Let's figure out what to do with the fact that there are bullet fragments in Megan Thee Stallion feet. Tory Lanez, well, let's not do the apology. Kelsey said that Tory Lanez shot Meg. There was gunpowder on Kelsey and Tory Lanez's hands. Tory Lanez also responded to people online saying Kelsey didn't shoot Meg. Both Kelsey and Megan said Tory was the one who shot Meg. I'm confused. I'm sorry, Casper, but if you didn't do it, Tory did.
Think they're admissible as evidence in court. I'm not using that as like evidence. I'm telling you that in and of itself, when we're having a conversation between normal human beings, is kind of odd. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because it's a weird thing to say when there's a much larger situation at play, right? What I mean by that is this: if someone is shot in your vicinity, oftentimes you would probably talk about that rather than apologize for like your own personal actions that are completely unrelated to that situation, right? That's what I was saying. Because if you were in that similar circumstance, you would probably bring up the shooting rather than fucking apologize for a minor argument that you had.
Let me finish my point. The reason why, okay, he apologizes. There's so many different reasons he could be apologizing for. It could be for them getting in a fight. It could be for him revealing Meg's promiscuous past. It could be for Kelsey hitting her or whatever it may be, her getting shot. Him.
But if someone is shot, that's the main point. That's the main point.
Or he could be apologized for shooting someone that he didn't want to shoot them. I don't know. He could have wanted to shoot and then felt bad about it and then apologized. He could have apologized for shooting and then get someone getting hit. He could. Who knows? Who knows? They tore it with a period.
Point of contention. That's the main point of consideration.
That is the main point of consideration. Of course, though, you got to look at all the other underlying facts as to what he could be apologizing for. He could be apologizing for hitting on Kylie Jenner in front of her.
Yeah, that's why I said like common sense, right? Like that's why I said if someone was shot and it was completely outside of your control, you wouldn't say, "Oh man, I'm sorry that like things got out of hand." You'd say, "That's crazy that she shot you."
He can't say that, Hassan, because he's a rapper and his ability, right, to sell records and make music.
Come on, we're making a lot of inferences that are like.
Common sense, bro.
How is that common sense, bro? What the fuck? If he's a rapper, why is he apologizing? That also makes him look bad.
Yo, that's crazy. I can cite about 5 other cases. I can cite 5 other cases where a rapper who should have knew information about what actually happened, even if it happened to their own friend, to shut up. Most notably, Busta Rhymes, who his bodyguard, one of his best friends, got killed. The bodyguard's mom was crying in court. Hey, why don't you cooperate? He didn't say anything. That's just what it is.
Like, I know. He's not snitching, but there's a difference between like saying it in court and saying it to the person that you're having a conversation with. If you're having a text message conversation at that time, when you think that like you have an ongoing relationship with that person, so much so that you're trying to fix it by apologizing to them, you would probably fucking, still feel comfortable enough to be like, how crazy is it that Kelsey shot you? Is what you would say.
You keep neglecting the point I made. One of
Hassan has these men shook. Wait. Hassan has these men shook as. They don't even know where to go. They don't know what to do. Everyone is talking over everyone. Like these men are shook as. If this were my life, I would just start removing people. At this point, when everyone starts yelling, I'd be like, all right, y'all are great. This was good. Like while they're yelling, I would just keep talking. I would just add to the confusion. Like I would add, like if I were him, I would just start adding to the confusion and just start saying things. Like they're talking, let's do it. Let me do it. Let's go back a little bit. Let me do it. Because ain't nobody finna hear this. I'm sorry. We're going to do it. This is what I would do if I were on there, so I'm going to do it.
So much so that you're trying to fix it by apologizing to them, you would probably fucking, still feel comfortable enough to be like, how crazy is it that Kelsey shot you? Is what you would say.
You keep neglecting the point I made.
It's not that weird.
One of the conversations, right, is Tory incarcerated calling on a jail phone. Why would he say anyone's name? You think he's in YSL? No, he's not going to say anything. Hey, I'm sorry. This has happened like that. No more.
Sorry, I'm going to wait till the mess happens again. The standards are so low that we're citing Instagram, Twitter as credible journalistic sources instead of court transcript. These grown men crying, fighting for a life using virtual tabloids as sources. Look, these people don't know what they're doing at this point. Everyone except Hassan. Hassan is doing great. I didn't know he was a quote-unquote debater. I don't think this is a debate. I don't even think these two men know what they're... Oh, wait, Lucy said something that I want to get back to. Yeah, but I thank you, Mayor. Lucy says, you see, Themis, you are not the only one who have issues having Black men on your panel that are unable to express themselves properly and make out, period. Concerned with sending me stuff in the private chat. Don't mean to, but should to Kelsey for getting the leverage necessary for a ring. I wish I had seen what Concern said. Where is she? She's probably not in here, but yeah, that was funny. I'm not gonna say it. If she comes back, we can say it.
Details, no more, no little, whether it was you or not. If you ask anybody from the urban hip hop culture, they would probably say you shouldn't even make the call.
Yeah.
Whether you had remorse or not.
And also, Lasan, I think you don't know our culture like that in terms of like hip hop and the whole rap industry. However, if he snitched in the very beginning, this would all be settled. He didn't say anything because he knew his career is on the line. Now, regarding that,
girl, is that the fresh? Not Myron, the other one. Is he definitely not the fit? So he must be fresh. Girl, I didn't even remember he was there. I know the voice, but I didn't remember he was there. God, what is he talking about? Talking about, Hassan, you don't know about our culture. And what about it? Y'all showed up on my, this is what Hassan should have said. And what about it if I don't know? Y'all showed up on my platform to discuss this case with me, and y'all are still here. So I'm going to say what I want to say. I didn't know you went live. I've missed so much. You get 3 hours and 15 minutes. Yeah, never mind. Oh God, I've been on here for a while. Thank you, Sanderson sister. I need to get off actually. They went to talk about everything except Tory's witness testifying that he was seen discharging a firearm found to be unregistered. Period. Oh yeah, thank you, Janita. They definitely gonna do it.
Career is still on the line because, he didn't really have a career, let's be real, but 2016 is the last time he was popping off. But
Tory's a big artist. What are you talking about? He's huge.
Oh, I don't know about that.
You might not listen to someone does not necessarily negate the
Wait,
fact
can I ask something? Your co-host, how old is he?
How old are you thinking, bro?
I have no idea. I have no idea, but like you said Lasan, so I assume like 14.
Is that your name, bro?
Yeah, no, bro, come on, dude. You are a whole grown-ass man fucking using memes that 14-year-old white boys use on the internet. That is fucking embarrassing. Not to dismiss everything about you, but god damn, you think that's a good first impression, dog? That is fuck.
All right. You know what I like about Hassan? I'm going to go and I'm going to try to watch his content. I might even subscribe to him. The reason is I like that he doesn't care. Yeah. Usually in certain conversations, you have to filter this and you have to filter. He don't care. He's dragging all of them. He's just dragging everyone. He's like, there is no deference. Y'all are idiots, and I'm going to drag you as the idiots you are. I don't say they're idiots. I'm saying this is what he is. I'm going to go watch his content because if he's dishonest, I like honesty. So Period. Hassan is really chewing the girls and they're big mad. No, they are. I wanted to go back to where they were all shouting at the same time and recite a poem while they're shouting to show what I would have done, but I didn't go back far enough and the moment has passed. But look, I'm not telling y'all to go over there and subscribe because I don't know what he is about and whatever, but I'm gonna go subscribe because I want to see more foolishness. So that's what I'm saying.
Holy shit, you got a whole ass show for yourself too?
All this you're still wrong, bro. It's just hilarious, bro. The chat's
yeah, go back. Talk about how Chad is defending you.
Let's go back
God
to the facts.
damn, dude.
Phone calls, okay? He never overtly said, hey, sorry for shooting you. And there's a bunch of situations that he could have apologized for. So that's number one. So we don't know exactly what he was apologizing for. And keep in mind, Hassan, it is on the prosecution to prove that Tory is guilty beyond a reasonable.
Someone said he dragged Andrew Tate. If this is true, this might be the next video we do. If it's true, I'll find out if it's true by the end of the day. I'm going to look it up. If it is true, guess what we're doing this week? Sometime this week, if this is true, we're going to go watch this too. So period. Andrew Tate, period.
Doubt. So that's ambiguous. It isn't clear. Then on top of that, we got gunshot residue, not only on Tory, but we have it on Kelsey as well. Not to mention that Kelsey and Meg Thee Stallion got in a full-on fledged fist fight prior to the shots going off. That is a fact that's been confirmed by Kelsey, and it got confirmed by Sean Kelly. Kelsey downplayed and said it was just a bump. However, they were 100% fist fighting to the point where a pendant was found on.
We already talked about Sean Kelly's testimony being inconsistent. I don't know if you were there for that, but like did he wake up the gunshots or was he just like?
Okay, so you guys remember how I was doing a review of Ruslan and Hafiz? And Ruslan came over. We need to go get what's Hassan? We need to go get Hassan over here because period. I need to talk to these men who are standing up to these other men.
Parked on the fucking street, just watching the street for no reason, and then happened to be a scuffle there.
Also admitted they fought though, so that's what solidifies it. Kelsey also admits they fought. She downplayed and said
academics is extremely emotional and make no sense. Agreed. The white guy is super calm and is actually making sense. Academics should be, yeah, but then they have the audacity to talk about women are emotional. Girl, if you don't go sit in a corner and yell at the wall. Thank you, Kai.
That it was just a bump, but the evidence shows otherwise. Your nail and everything. If someone just bumped you, your nail wouldn't fall off, and your pendant. They were full-on fist fighting.
I mean, look, I don't know the exact details. You know, I mean, look.
The problem. You don't know the details, and you're talking. That's the problem.
No, well, ultimately, I know what they discussed in the court case, and I know that there was enough evidence.
Out of your wheelhouse here.
You can say that all you want, but it doesn't seem.
So based on all the stuff on the screen, I'm assuming this is on Twitch originally, and they have a Discord kind of connection. Those kinds of streamers, in my opinion, don't like frequenting other people's channel, and I am not. So any human being can come on my stream. There are certain places I don't go to discuss Black issues. Now, if they come here, fine, but I'm not about to go over there. And I probably shouldn't have said that because that's going to dissuade people from coming there. If I go over there or go on a stream, it's going to be a conversation about something other than Black community. It's not going to happen. Like, if you come to me to talk about Blackness, then fine. If I go to you, I'm talking about the law. It is what it is.
Seem like it, especially with this 3v1 situation. You guys still look really silly. Ultimately, they might be saying something different in your chat right now, but you know, outside of your hug box, I doubt that is what's going on. Now, having said that, how is this your wheelhouse? I do not know. I mean, you're a Fed, and you don't even fucking understand how the Fifth Amendment works. So maybe that's good that you're no longer a Fed. Probably.
Here's the thing, bro. The Fifth Amendment only works if
we're back to this. There's a Supreme Court case, dog. What the fuck are you talking about? There's literally a.
You need reasonable expectation that you can be culpable criminally to be able to assert the Fifth. Because if that was the case, right? If that was the case, then everyone would just be like, "Oh, I'm just going to stay silent," and no one would talk in court.
Facts.
dude, I'm losing my mind. If the Fifth Amendment worked in the way that, dude, I know you have like cop brain, right? Because you're like you can't get out of the cop situation. But if the Fifth Amendment worked that way, it would literally imply that everyone who pleads the Fifth would be guilty. It would ruin the Fifth Amendment.
Hassan, real quick, because I notice you do this a lot. Like you throw mad ad hominem attacks. Like I think he's getting straight at least.
So you just gonna ignore that the other guy called him lasagna or lasagna or whatever he called him. You just gonna ignore that. Everyone is throwing ad hominem attack, girl. So stop crying about it and make your point.
He's getting straight at.
Okay, bro, it's 3v1. I'm starting to lose it a little bit. I was respectful at the beginning, but goddamn, dude, holy shit. Also, your fucking 40-year-old co-host called me Lazan like he's a fucking child. Come on, don't talk about ad homs right now.
Federal agent, bro. How old are you? 12? Nigga, he served our country. You making fun of him? You're lame, bro. So you making fun? Oh, Lasan, nigga, that's your fucking name.
Oh, dude. Thank you.
You don't know, bro.
Thank you for serving our country, sir. Thank you.
I've actually, you're right. I've witnesses. I've been in federal court several times. I've testified hundreds of times. You still don't understand the Fifth Amendment? That's crazy to me. Like that is actually crazy. Bro, you don't understand the Fifth Amendment. Facts.
Yo, you would think he would ease up off their necks and let them breathe for a minute. He's not. This man putting his credentials out there, he was like, yeah, the fact that you don't understand the Fifth Amendment is a problem with all. And then here's a Tweedledum, the psychic, is talking about facts. Now, what's his name? Is his name Walter? The other one, not Myron, but the other one. You know who I'm talking. The other one. Everyone just keeps disrespecting him. Oh, it's bad. Oh.
Cannot randomly assert the Fifth Amendment unless you have reasonable expectation that those statements that you're about to give can incriminate you. It is the same exact reason why Gunna will not be able to use.
You keep bringing up Gunna. This is unrelated. You can literally plead the Fifth regardless. Okay, you can plead the Fifth regardless. It is the law. Okay, it is a right that you have. It's not even the law. It's a right. It's a constitutionally protected right.
You can be held in contempt of court. You can be. There's issues that could arise from that if you don't actually. If there's no reason.
Oh my God.
Views against you. That's what I'm trying to say.
All right, they're not making any sense. That was the end of it. There's a longer clip, but we are 3 hours and 30 minutes in, and I am tired of this foolishness now. In any case, in conclusion, Hassan won whatever debate that was. Fresh and Fit. I don't know which one is which. I'm pretty sure Fresh is the other one, and Fit is Maron. I'm pretty sure that's what they mean. DJ Academic is DJ Academic, and he doesn't really have much to add to the conversation. I'm a bit concerned that these are people who have amassed a tremendous amount of following, so I'm going to assume it's not their expertise on women who that allows them to do this, because they're like, women are emotional, that's why Kelsey shot Megan. Like, girl, what? So I'm just going to ignore them on that. It's not about women nature or female nature or whatever they call it. I'm trying to understand why people follow them. I think maybe they're entertaining. So that's the one that I'm gonna that like maybe people find them entertaining, and because entertainment is subjective, I can't say, oh, they're not entertaining, because like they must be for people to follow them. So I don't know. That's the best I got. That's like the best I have. I'm not telling anyone to like subscribe, but I would like for you guys to do me a huge favor. Let's go to Prince Petty's live stream, and we're going to be annoying. I'm going to drop the link, and when we go over there, drop the scale. Just go over there messy. Drop the scale and the hat. Get that ready, and just go over his live stream. I wanted to push it all the way up. I want y'all to go over to Petty's live stream, and I want us to drop the scale and the hat and just do it till he's annoyed, right? Let's do it. I think he's about to close. So please just go over there, hit that link, drop the scale and the hat, and just annoy him. I'm going to go over there too. Thank you all so very much. Go. I want to see it. I'm watching it now. Let's watch it from the. Let me watch it from this place.
It just seems kind of weird to me.
Are people advocating for that?
Oh no, I'm just like as an analogy for incels.
Keep in mind though,
as an
during
analogy
the
for
discussion, several times we have specified
of course
that this is
not,
for.
because that would be horrendous, right?
Yeah, we have specified several. Sir, please. During the discussion, we have specified several times that we are talking to a very particular group of incels who have been referring to kedology as the N-word, baboon, monkey, and such. There were several points I feel like where we made a distinction between the community and specific racist individuals.
But even then, we're talking about a very specific group of individuals within that community, are we not? And it's not the entire community, because the entire community, again, right, it's a hierarchy. So at the top of the hierarchy are the most vocal individuals. And then as you get down lower and lower into the hierarchy, you have a lot of people who are bullied into silence. So we're talking about a specific group of people who are more individuals than they are standing for the community of incels.
I still, when it comes to me, I still think inaction is bad. I think I would hope that people.
Not him ignoring me. Do not let him ignore. Do not let him ignore. Let's keep doing it. Please keep doing it. Don't let Prince Petty ignore it.
People have some sort of self to stand up, even if they feel that they might be punished for it, which I think we maybe briefly touched on when we talked about the Crown Act, or when you brought up Germany, I think Nazi Germany, and people being scared to something like that. But I do generally, I would generally hope that people do have to do speak up. So, I mean, if you disagree with me there, then that's fine. But I generally
No, I mean, I think you do want to, but you're talking about the dominant group of human beings in an era. Like the Nazis were the people in control of the government. Incels are not in control of anything. If they were, they would be probably not experiencing the same problems that they're experiencing now, right? And we are still in agreement that they are experiencing something. Because if you want to talk to me about, like, is it really they can't find an intimate relationship? I can, you know, I wonder about that myself. Is that really the problem? Is the problem that they're saying is the problem really the problem? But something is going on. Something horrible is happening to these people.
Okay, oh boy, you can stay up, but I would like Amber to go because I think Amber had a question for kedology, and if you don't have anything for kedology, then I want to get her out. But then we can continue our discussion.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, definitely.
Go ahead, Amber. Welcome.
Okay, thank you. Can you guys hear me pretty well?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. Thank you. And thank you guys so much for.
Hi, dear Petty. Petty is annoying us. Let's rev it up 1 million more points. I'm going to end and go over there now. But, like, let's continue. Yeah, he's not even acknowledging it. Like, let's just continue.
Having this discussion. And kedology, I'm saying that right. I do appreciate what you're doing. I may not agree on like every single thing, but I do think that there needs to be a more efficient approach, a more effective approach to dealing with incels, because I mean, I feel like I don't care if like they're racist or not. Like, I mean, they out here killing us, right? And they can be black, white, whatever. And I do think it seems that how we are going about dealing with incels is like people are pointing a finger at them, calling them losers, blah, blah, blah. And I just think that that is so ineffective and it's not going to help us. So I do appreciate your approach, and I'm sure it takes a lot of courage to do it, because I think that the normal way to deal with men like this is to just to bash them, and it's not helping. It is a societal issue, like at the end of the day. So I do appreciate you sharing your insight on it. And I think that where I really get in.
Yeah, I'm going to be petty. Prince Petty thinks he can be more petty than I am. I'm going to be more petty, and no, I will never send people over there again. He tried it. You can't be disrespecting my people, our community like this. This is the height of disrespect, Petty.
Sensed or really get angry about incels is that there are women out here who are attracted to them. I really believe that there's a woman out here who wants to talk to them, who likes them. They don't want that woman. They want the Stacy. And it's like, you know, so we all want a 10 in our life, Idris Elba, whatever. There was a situation with Lena Dunham some years ago. She was one of the writers. She created the show Girls on HBO. Yes, yeah. And she
all right, I have to go. I just heard something ringing, so that is me going into something very important. Have a wonderful day. Please go over there if you haven't. There's still 1,000 people in the chat. I'm going to put it. Please go over there and show some support. He's always over here supporting us. So please go over there and show him some support back. Have a wonderful, wonderful night, guys. Bye.